fucking campaign already. What the hell? Come on
Can I
now.
just say that you said... Go ahead, Liger.
I will also be running a campaign in the near future as well, featuring Red, Detdet, Ray, and a friend of mine named Experiment XII. I know that's 12, but it's spelled XII on Twitch.
Fucked up. It's fucked up.
I was just gonna say, Detdet, it's very bold of you to say this is a modern day setting and say that it took place 26 years ago.
Yeah, that's...
Okay. Comparatively.
Comparatively. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to
listen.
shill? Oh, go ahead, Dettet, I'm sorry.
No. I was just gonna bitch more about like how if I had said that it was like a campaign that takes place in the far past of 20 years ago, everyone would have gotten after my ass. But now I can't say modern, so fucking whatever.
Well, here's the thing.
It so that my character can't be a One Piece fan yet.
Yes.
Here's the thing. Your campaign setting is literally older than one of the players in it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's true.
Oh, am I not the youngest?
I'm pretty sure Saw is.
No.
You know how much trouble I have coming up with problems because Dettet chose Heisei instead of Showa? Listen, man. Listen. Tokyo 1999 is a way better name than Tokyo, like, 2014.
Well, yes, but that's also not modern era.
Whatever.
That's 10 years ago. Red, do you have anything you'd like to show?
I ain't got shit to shill right now, so I mean, I suppose I can just stay quiet.
All right. Well, with that, we are going to officially begin. Real fast, this is not a campaign that I wrote. I modified it. This was written by Surena Marie in the campaign book Ray-diant Citadel. Go check out Ray-diant Citadel. I know it's Dungeons & Dragons. Dungeons & Dragons is gross. Ray-diant Citadel is actually really cool. All right.
I like Dungeons & Dragons.
Well, yeah, but Wizards of the Coast is gross.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's completely understandable.
Wizards of
Anyway.
Gross. Am I right?
Stealing that. Deep within the furthest reaches of the ethereal plane, there lies a civilization unfathomable to most. A society that has maintained peace for the past 200 years, resting upon a long stretch of land, coiled around a crystal of unprecedented size, changing colors according to the whims only of the crystal, and changing colors according to a whim only the crystal and the land could hope to know the meaning of. Unlike the ever-shifting political climates and worsening disaster of the Citadel's home plane of Abara, life in the Citadel remains a beacon of hope. While this is in no small part thanks to the auroral diamond's constant emission of light too pure for most evils of the astral sea, the harbingers of peace are none other than the shield bearers. Peacekeepers, diplomats, and outreach officers, the shield bearers are among the bravest the Citadel has to offer, and any who perish in the duty are heralded as heroes. But what many from Abara may be unaware of is the role the shield bearers take to shepherd the next generation to success, which is best exemplified by the Shield Scouts. Composed of youth from the Citadel, irregardless of social status or income, the Shield Scouts offers rudimentary to advanced knowledge on survival, combat, and even basic spellcasting. While many former Shield Scouts will grow to become shield bearers themselves, the expectation to enlist is never forced upon the Scouts. We begin our story in the Citadel proper, outside the Palace of Exile where the shield bearers operate. The weather is nothing noteworthy, nor is it ever. The auroral diamond emits a soft red glow, and all timepieces decree the hour as 12:15. Guys, I need you to roll some initiative.
Oh, shit, okay, immediately. Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to not doing combat?
I never said roll initiative for combat.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
13.
All right.
Okay, Liger 13.
Middle of the road.
14.
Okay. Red.
I'm trying to roll because somebody didn't give me that much of a heads up.
Always
15.
expect the unexpected.
Yeah, 15.
Should I grab my brand new
Dang.
physical dice?
Kevin, what you got?
Yeah, may as well.
I got an 8.
All right. Okay, so let's see. We're actually going to start with Red. Red, I don't know if this might be a little bit out of character for
Oh.
you. Masayoshi is actually 15 minutes early to arriving at the Palace of Exile for your scout meeting. Why don't you go ahead and tell us what Masayoshi looks like?
So Masayoshi, is, yes, kind of just your standard-looking guy. Reddish hair, longer red hair though, pulled back into a low ponytail. Fair skin, kind of greenish eyes. Pointed greenish eyes though, kind of uh looking kind of, I don't know what the right word is in this case, but just observing with great care at the world around him, I guess would be the best way to describe that.
Mm-hmm. You're
Hmm.
you're probably pretty happy to have passed by one of the gardens, one of the mini gardens that has a lot of wildlife and nature in it. You arrive, and pretty quickly behind you, you would see Astrea. So, Dettet, why don't you describe Astrea?
Uh, Astrea is a very unusual girl who very much wants to be usual. She's a Shadar-kai. She's got ash. She's got naturally ashen skin. Her hair is white. She is dyed it black. She has like shimmering purple eyes that she wears blue contacts with. To She wears a lot of makeup to like make her skin look a little bit more like a normal, like a more conventional skin tone, a little bit warmer skin tone. Um, she's fairly young. She would be about 50. She's 26, which puts her at about 15 in terms of like a normal human maturity. Um, and she's not exactly the most patient person. She arrives. She kind of gives like a nod to Masayoshi, but she's looking around. She's not sighing, but she's tapping her foot.
It doesn't take too long for Flips to come in. He's almost like he's a few minutes behind you, but you guys are still about 10, 15 minutes early to when you're supposed to be meeting. Go ahead and describe what what Flips looks like, Liger.
Flips very quickly accepts a lunchbox from his mother and runs to join his friends. He's I think the youngest of the group at just about 13, and he's kind of got like a bit of a soft looking face, but let me tell you, if you've ever heard this one before, he's a very strange boy who wants nothing more than to be viewed as normal. Uh, he is half Drider and half Satyr, which makes him a little different looking. Uh, he's a bit more self-conscious about his arachnid features. His mouth is naturally a little wider than a regular humanoid, and his smile reveals thin and jagged teeth in line with those of pure carnivores, featuring more pronounced hollow lateral incisors. He wears a scarf, but has a tendency to pull it up over his face so that no one can see his mouth, and he's just sort of shy boy. He just walks up, just like, "Hey guys, what's up?"
Uh, Estrella kind of nods back at Flips. Is like, "Hey kid, how you doing?"
Masayoshi would just kind of give a gentle nod, a smile and a nod.
Masayoshi, you forgot your uniform again.
Kind of look down at that and look over. No, didn't feel like wearing it.
Okay.
So
Estrella just kind of rolls her eyes.
I don't know if I'm gonna keep this voice.
that's fine. You can workshop it. You guys may be most surprised to see that Kale is actually on time. That must have been a mistake. Kevin, why don't you go ahead and tell us what Kale looks like?
So approaching the group class is a very average height and build, high elf. However, whereas Astrea has maybe put some sort of powder or makeup on to bring a little bit of warmth to her skin texture, Kael is actually the opposite. He's actually put what looks like perhaps a new turn of events for the group. Some powder or something on his face to take away some of the colour that it has, and so it's like looking maybe a little bit paler, maybe a little bit shadow just underneath the cheekbones. He's wearing some dark eyeliner to go with his short cropped hair on the sides, but it's long and sort of floppy on top. And Kael is sort of walking, and as he approaches the group, he'll toss his hair up and, hey.
Astrea just kind of like squints her eyes closed and like rubs the bridge of her nose. She's just like, hello, Kael.
Hey, Astrea. Whatever.
It's great that you made it on
She
time.
just lets out like a
Kael.
small like little like groan. She's just like, She was maybe not so privately hoping that this would be a day where like Kael is late.
Yeah, he's very much like walks with a sort of deliberate gait of someone that's very lethargic, I guess.
A sort of exaggerated bravado.
Yeah. Very much trying to act cool, I guess. But he definitely looks over to Astrea and sort of motions his head. Hey. And then she says that, and he's like, whatever. Yeah, and he's constantly blowing this piece of hair that's flapping in his face and pushes it to the side.
Have any of you seen the Scoutmaster?
Am I on time today?
I check. Is there like any sort of like public timekeeping device?
Yeah,
Or like something to like, you know, I'm assuming we don't have like wristwatches or anything, but
No.
I opened my Apple smartwatch.
You pull out an apple and eat it that your mother like lovingly prepared for you.
it's part of his lunchbox.
Yeah, for real.
I wave fervently at my mom, who's still walking away.
Oh my gosh, did she bring you to drop you off?
Of course she did.
That's
How else would I get
adorable.
It's been like 5 minutes, so she's like just still like she's just been watching.
Well, yeah, she's wondering where our Scoutmaster is.
You guys would look, and there are like timepieces, like actual clocks. There are gnome like artificers that live in the Citadel who have provided like all kinds of like clocks around, and there's no pesky daylight saving time, so it's always on time. But you would see it's probably about 12:34, which is very weird because your Scoutmaster, Canon Tapuri, is usually like way early. Like he's usually here around like 12 on the dot. Well, to be fair, he also works at the Palace of Exile.
I glance back over at Kael and I'm like, you're actually 8 minutes early, knowing that he's not going to be happy to hear that.
Ugh. Told I was going to be late, but guess my driver just lied to me.
You have a driver?
No. I mean, like the carriage, the local, you know, whatever.
What is the state of public transit on the Citadel?
There's definitely public transit that happens. It's more like a rail cart, but it's not out of the ordinary to hear that that maybe he was catching a ride or something. But driver is very strange.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, I just like look over and like, you mean the tram?
Yeah, of
The
course.
the tram line.
Can I roll insight?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I know what the tram line is.
I'm gonna use my fancy new physical
What
dice.
color is the upholstery on the tram?
That's a 4.
It's
I
Maroon,
believe
of course. Or Mother would say it was a burgundy, but it's definitely maroon.
It
It's
is.
like
wasn't a
blue.
vermilion.
It's definitely purple.
Is it vermilion?
It's like a deep purple, man.
My passive deception would be 13. So, if you wanted,
No, I got a 4.
Yeah, no, he believes anything you're putting down. He's like, wow.
And I don't think there's such a thing as
tan.
passive deception.
we
He
know
knows the
we
knows
know
the
each
tram
other
driver.
strong enough. I would suspect that you all know that he has a quite wealthy, successful parentage, but Kale continues to try and pretend that nobody knows about that, as like he tries to hide it and not show that he's like well off, sort of thing. Comes from that sort of background, but that probably infuriates the rest of you guys even more. So
I think that Astrea almost kind of appreciates it because it creates a very easy way to fuck with you without like actively having to engage with you that much.
Well, I hate to say this, guys, but if Cannon isn't here in 15 minutes, we're legally allowed to leave.
Flips, who told you that? Where did you learn that, Flips?
I think someone at school told me that about teachers.
You should not listen to those people. They will get you in trouble.
no, that's like totally right. That is definitely.
I glance at like the timepiece or like the public timepiece or whatever, and I'm just like, we still have a little while. It's fine. Just settle down and wait.
So a little bit of time passes.
Okay.
It's probably about 12:43 by now, not quite the legally amounted 15 minutes, when you happen to look up and see your scoutmaster. Canon Tapuri is a not too tall half-elf. He has really short black hair and a little bit of an olive skin tone. Clearly looks like he's supposed to be some kind of high half-elf. And he's carrying a bunch of papers, looking them over and just flipping through them. And he looks up at you and he smiles and waves. He says, "Oh, good afternoon, scouts." And he starts to look back at his papers and then he double takes at you. He looks at Kale, Astrea, and Flips. He goes, "You're wearing your scout uniforms." "No, I forgot. Is it today? Is scout meeting today?"
Cannon, you're late again.
Yeah. Masayoshi, you're not in your uniform either.
I just kind of lean back, put my hands behind my head, just kind of stretch a little bit.
Oh.
Nah, didn't feel like wearing it.
I guess that's fine. Kids, I am so sorry. I forgot. They got me going with the claviger over to Sapsunko. But no, this is not your fault. You guys shouldn't be punished.
Mr. Tapuri, what
Punished?
did you think we were here for?
No. I'm saying you guys shouldn't like be dismissed and not have to do scout meetings just because I messed up. Look, it's kind of unorthodox. It's allowed. It's allowed. It's definitely in your handbooks. What would you guys say about going on a little field trip?
To where?
Whatever.
Oh,
I just kind of like I'm not saying anything. I'm not like really reacting, but I'm just thinking to myself like, Oh god, this again.
This is definitely
like why she's like I have other friends in other scout pods who do not have to deal with this shit.
yeah. This has definitely happened more than once. Cannon being
Mr. Tabori, are you all right?
Cannon being like very easy to push around. He usually gets stuck with a bunch of stuff, hence why he ended up having to be a scoutmaster for you guys. But this has happened before where he's taken on some other responsibility. When he said punished, he means that he had to go and take care of whatever he had to do, and you guys didn't get to take part in whatever scout activities. It's not that you're literally getting punished.
I know, it's just the way he phrased it.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to have that reaction.
Well, we can do a practical. I have to go with the Claviger down to Subsunco to oversee some trading. Would you guys like to go down to Abara?
I kind of perk up at the mention of a practical, and I'm like, I'd be okay with that.
Well, sure. My mom, she probably hasn't gotten that far. I'd get her to sign a permission slip real fast.
I mean, and he kind of leans in. He says, that shouldn't be necessary. And you kind of get the idea that Astrea, being someone who doesn't have a legal guardian, he doesn't want her to feel left out of this permission slip signing.
I don't remember having ever had a mom or a dad, so I'm like, yeah, whatever, man. I don't care. I have an intellectual curiosity about it, but like, whatever.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like you super don't care, but he's like, I gotta walk on eggshells because she doesn't have parents.
I'm like, I don't even remember what a parent is, practically.
I sort of whispered back to him that it's like, but this is really irresponsible, Mr. Tabori.
Hey, Flips. Our parents don't need to know everything, you know.
I wouldn't say that. It's definitely allowed to go down to Avara. It just wasn't in the schedule for today. You know, some of the higher years they'll go down and do a camping trip or something. I know you're not quite that far into your scout training, but it's not going to be anything dangerous. We're just going down to the market.
Sir, I was 12 yesterday.
Wait. It's your Flips, I am so sorry.
Oh, Astrea just kind of like looks up, like, "Oh, happy birthday, kid! What does that make you? 13?
Yes.
Hey, happy birthday! I'll grab you something when we're down at the markets."
Okay.
Flips, I would be more than glad to speak to your mother. And he's kind of like, he got a little bit of a darkened look, like he's definitely scared of your mom.
I give him a patient smile. And by that, I mean, I'm going to roll intimidation.
Child intimidation, yes! Go ahead, man.
I'm flavoring it so that every time Skips rolls intimidation, he does not actively know that he's doing it.
Skips isn't here.
Or Flips.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you out every time.
Flips definitely, like, Skips definitely knows when he's intimidating somebody.
Oh, yeah. That's gonna be an 8, lucky him.
I'm gonna say 8 is definitely enough. And he's going to just like very cautiously go, like not cautiously, but like timidly go over and speak to your mother, who being a Drider is easily like towering over him, and he's just talking while you guys have a moment of free time.
She's just been hanging out and watching this whole time.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, she's been trying
like 20 minutes.
She's been trying to act like she's like not watching, like she's just sitting down and knitting, but she's clearly watching.
She's a Drider.
Yeah.
She's a Drider. She's huge.
Yeah.
I also imagine she's amazing at knitting.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. Everything that Flips wears is either made of fleece or silk, and it's kind of disgusting if you think about it for more than like 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think Kyle would say to Flips, "Hey, Flips, your mom's cool, you know? Yeah, cool."
Are you just saying that because she's a giant spider woman? because like your parents are just as like kind and loving, if I remember.
Mike, we really have to have
Whatever.
we really have to have a conversation at some point about your racial fetishization.
Yeah, you
Like, it's weird that you like my mom because she's a spider.
yeah, he doesn't like when you compliment his parents. However, like whatever.
My parents are whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
My mom is my best friend.
Oh my gosh, that's adorable.
That is adorable on too many levels.
Flips is
That's neat. That's neat, kid.
so. After a little, go ahead, Dettet.
No. Astrea just like kind of like genuinely doesn't know how to react to that one. like she's not like upset or like she's not like taken aback. She's not feeling a kind of way. She's just like, I genuinely have no idea how to respond to that. Good.
Flips blinks at you with 6 massive eyes.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't see it in the art because it's kind of purposely hidden. He has 6 eyes.
I just like my smile is maybe like a little less like sincere after the eyes blink, but other than that, I'm like, oh yeah, whatever. I'm used to this. I'm used to this.
So
Does he have like a really big fringe? So, like,
yes,
when
he does.
So then, does he like lift up his fringe and then you see all his sides? And then
No, he purposely keeps it down because he doesn't want people to see his extra eyes because he's self-conscious.
Well, yeah. Then
But I
how
think
would Astrea know?
The better question though would be if all the eyes blink in succession or if they blink all at the same time.
It's mostly that I'm just like seeing motion behind the fringe, and I'm just kind of interpolating that like with that information. I'm like,
Yeah, you can tell that you can tell that 2 of them blink.
Liger. Oh, there he
Hey, you alright there,
goes.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
there we are.
Is he back? Where'd he go?
Like, it's just thinking about his mom. Like,
Oh, that's
Flips
fair.
is just thinking
Oh,
really
shoot.
hard about his mom.
I should probably move this.
Oh
one.
no! Behind the scenes!
I should probably move this to another one, just in case something
Yeah,
like this
maybe.
happens.
A small
Oh, that's-
insight behind the scenes of the Eldritch Horror that is our DM.
Yep.
It looks a lot like a Video Ninja control panel.
That's just because you're stupid.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
I don't have the insight.
Yeah, no, your insight's not high enough. Let's give Liger a
Yeah,
little bit of time to come back.
Listen, I'm just glad to see you're not encumbered with critical thinking here, okay?
Listen, I have an intelligence of 11. I'm not trying to say anything here.
I think it does make sense that you would be able to see like the eyes behind the fringe because like blonde hair is like you can see it. It's pretty like thin, I'd say.
Well, that it's just like you're also seeing the motion of like the eyelids opening and closing.
Oh,
and,
that's
like,
true.
That's also like there's also like a level of like that shouldn't be moving there. I don't know. Like it's almost like it's not quite to maybe the same degree, but it is also like bad in a different direction. Oh, there goes Liger.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and keep going. Well, if that's cool with you guys, I'll just recap Liger when he gets back.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay. So after a little bit of time, Cannon would absolutely come back and be like, "Oh, okay, Miss Hoofley says, Flips is good to go. Mhy-Kael and Masayoshi, your parents have signed off on this." And he like tries not to make eye contact with Astrea. Yeah. So do you guys need to go to the bathroom? There's Liger. Do you guys need to like go to the bathroom or anything before we go? Do you need a snack?
You know, I like think for a moment, like, nah. I mean, like I got there a little early, but I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, Masayoshi would just kind of shrug and just kind of look kind of indifferent at this point. Yeah, we're good to go.
All right.
I already had breakfast prepared for me this morning. I don't think I need it again.
Well, all right. Let's.
Hmm.
Hi, Liger. Your mom said it's
Hey,
okay. Liger, can you hear
You
us?
can go. Liger, you there, buddy? Oh, I
He
heard something
moves.
from Liger. There's something going on there. Liger,
Am
speak
I-
to us.
Ah! Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Your mom said it's okay.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Your mom said
Cool.
you can go on the
It's really
adventure.
great that at least one responsible adult knows where we'll be.
Damn.
I mean, I'm sure that your dad will be
think-
informed.
I try to hide like a little bit of a smile that comes to my face when he says that. I'm
Yeah,
like,
Keenan looks a little
Yeah.
embarrassed.
yeah. Mhm.
All right, well, let's head over to the Concord Jewels, and he would absolutely start making the way over to the Concord Jewels. The entire time, he's just very nervously talking, like, "All right, so have any of you been to Abara before that you're aware of?"
Sir, everyone here knows that I have no memories before I
didn't say
appeared in the Ray-diant Citadel. It's fine. We're cool. We're cool.
He's just like
No,
How
over.
long ago was that?
No.
That was like that was probably about like a year or two ago. something
We
like that.
established that. Hold on, I don't remember how long it was ago. I wrote
Yeah,
it.
it was something. It was something along those lines. Like she's been here for a couple of years. She's been recovering from. She was found drifting the astral sea. She woke up with no memories and a severed finger in her hand.
Oh, 5 years ago is how long it was.
5 years ago. Gotcha.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you.
this is old news. Like
Uh-huh.
like you cannot keep still dancing around this.
Well, here's the thing. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, everyone, let's make cards for Mother's Day, and then it's the one kid who like their mom left, and it's like, oh, how do you deal with this?
Like Astrea's like, does this mean I gotta go home early? So,
Yeah. Meanwhile, she doesn't care.
yeah, she's like, that's fucking rad.
And
I wish I didn't have any memories.
anytime Astrea mentions
Shut up, Kale.
Go ahead.
anytime Astrea mentions the finger, I molt a little bit of the chitin on my fingers just to show her that mine break off too.
I don't. Kid, that's not super necessary. I appreciate the support. She's like really trying to like not tell this kid he's creeping her the fuck out.
No, Masayoshi would look at that.
Let's give some
look-
patient smile.
Masayoshi would just look and flips in disgust. Just straight up look and flips in disgust.
Masayoshi flips. Kale, have you guys?
He pulls up his scarf.
Have any of you ever been to
Oh.
Abara before?
Of course. Mother and father are there all the time.
But
Do you have a summer house there?
does that include you?
Sometimes. No, not a summer house. Of course not. Whatever.
Can I roll history?
Yeah, 100%. What are you rolling history for?
If I roll history, I'll have been there before.
Oh, I see.
Just to see if I've been there before.
I see. I gotcha.
I'm
It's so
rolling
fun.
insight
Maybe we went on
really
vacation
quick.
there at some point.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's a 19.
19. Yeah, you and your family have absolutely been to Jaina, which is a coastal city. You guys went there for a summer trip when you were probably about 6.
I'm gonna roll insight really quick just to see how full of shit Kale is.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh,
That's a
a nat
natural
20.
20.
Yeah. You'd know he is definitely full of shit. And that you were probably definitely right that he and his family do have a summer home somewhere near the beach. You imagine a little.
He's still never been there. Oh, that's fucking evil.
Wait, has he not?
Yeah.
How full is-
No, I reckon Kyle probably went there for has would have had very fond childhood memories there until he decided that that's just too normal.
Mm-hmm.
And so he doesn't like being normal, and hence the way that he looks.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in his house on the wall, there are images and pictures of he and his family playing on the beach. His golden, radiant hair, blowing in the wind, a big happy smile on his face, long, flowing. Complete contrast to how it looks now.
Have you guys seen this? Have you gone over to Kael's house for any reason?
No, not never.
Not Australia, are you sure?
No.
Kyle asked you.
Listen. I got training I got to do. I got homework I need to catch up on. I'm busy.
Hey, Astrea.
We surely
Luchino.
we surely hung out once.
I imagine that Flips has probably been over.
Yeah. Because Flips is cool.
This is hard to look at, but a fun hang.
Yeah, all the time he would have just been like, ugh, whatever, mom, whatever, dad. Ugh. At them all the time, and they're lovely.
Yeah, they're just like, hey, do you
Thank you, Miss Ray-Maence, for having me.
Masayoshi, are you responding to any of this that Canon's trying to engage you with?
I mean, I kind of look at him and just like, in kind of like the look of stupidity. Like, I mean, I've been through multiple times. You know this.
Wait. Are you saying that to me, the DM, or
to what's his face?
Canon.
I'm already like, yeah.
Canon?
I'm saying this again. Like, you know, I've been through here a couple times.
Well, yeah, but I want to engage you all. I don't believe that Flips or Kael have ever been to Sabsunko. Masayoshi, have you ever been there before?
Not there, no.
Well, and he starts like flipping through like his manual, and he's like trying to tell you guys like the history. He says that Sabsunko is a moderately like traditional country, but the place you guys are going to, it's much more like modern. You guys are going to, and he's very specific to say that you guys are going to the Dinsung night market, which is in their language the dancing night market, the dancing night market.
Oh, I know how to dance.
See, you'll fit in fine. It's this. I will say, this is a big.
I love dancing.
This is a big tourist attraction. Sabsunko doesn't have much as far as tourist attractions, but this is basically once in a lifetime. Not once in a lifetime, but maybe I'm overselling. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. You're gonna have such a good time.
I'm prepared for a thoroughly mediocre outing.
Yeah, this is
I'm prepared for the most like 7 out of 10. Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, this is essentially.
Masayoshi would kind of be
Chapari.
Just Masayoshi's just kind of like, sure.
Go ahead, Liger.
Mr. Chapari, we already agreed to go. You don't have to sell us on it.
Meanwhile, he's trying to sell it like you guys are going to the aquarium.
Bunch of fish and tanks.
Yup. He's talking about all of the
I don't know if you can spin this.
He's trying, man. So, you would make your way to the Concord Jewels. If you guys have been here before, these are the gyms that normally circle the Citadel. You would see there are it's very much set up like a train station, but very few people are actually here. There is an office that he would go over and knock on the door a few times, and after a little bit, a woman would come out. You guys may not know her personally, but her name is Shearson. She is the claviger, one of the clavigers of Sabsunko, which means she is one of the diplomats that goes down. And she says, Cannon, I was wondering when you'd get here. A little late. What? And he would very quickly describe why you guys are with him. She would just look between you and then shrug and say, if I get in trouble for this.
That was politely.
Yeah.
I kind of give a wave and I'm like, hi, we're here because he's unprepared.
Same story, different day. Cannon, if this comes down to anyone getting in trouble, it is on your head. He says, "Oh, I'm fully aware. Come on, children, let's get going." And you would go to the station, to the platform, essentially, and one of the giant Concord jewels would come down. I have described this before to Detdet and Liger, but it is giant. On the inside, it's essentially like, I would say like several buses, like long and deep. It's definitely got enough room in here for a lot of evacuations, or if you needed to transport a great deal of like cattle or supplies or anything like that. Right now, it is jam-packed with all sorts of supplies. There might even be like a few like cages with chickens in them, just like just clicking around. Very much not too much room to sit in, but Cannon would go and make you guys some seats and motion for you to sit there. It is very much, you guys are sitting together though, so.
I'm standing up and I'm poking at the chicken.
Roll me
Just
animal handling.
Sure thing. What is that? Charisma?
Charisma, you wish.
No, that's wisdom. Thank God.
It does feel like it'd be charisma.
Yeah, that's a one.
Oh, feast and famine, baby.
Feast and famine. The chicken bites you, and like
I swear really loudly right next to Flips.
Which swear?
Flips immediately gets down and pulls out a first aid kit that he has in his pack.
I say
every scout should.
I say it really loud right next to him, motherfucker, and then I stop for a second. I'm like,
go ahead.
Yeah,
it's okay. We can all be angry sometimes.
I imagine Kael is sort of lurking just behind Astrea. That she probably doesn't realise at first because she's too distracted with the chicken. But he's just like, chickens are cool, yeah.
Jesus Christ! How long were you back there? I mean, religious entity that makes sense in the setting.
I wasn't gonna say it. Astrea, you know better than to use swear words and to use religious entities in that kind of setting.
Tell that to the guy who was just lurking behind me.
Kael, we have talked about personal space and boundaries. What have we talked about this?
He'll do this sort of. He's looking at Cannon saying this, and he'll just sort of like turn his head away and scoot away from Astrea, out of her personal bubble.
So Shursen is absolutely just watching from a distance, like writing some stuff down, and she goes, "Great handle you got on your kids there, Cannon."
Yeah, by the way, starts shaking my finger, just like stupid bird.
This entire time, Masayoshi's just laughing.
I am applying a bandage.
Thanks, kid. I appreciate it. I don't.
Let me perform a medicine check on.
Okay, but like, what pattern is like the bandage?
That's true.
It's clearly like it's got to be patterned, right?
It's silk.
Oh, that's true.
You know what? It would be a silk bandage, actually.
Silk and gauze. Why am I on?
It's kind of unnecessary, but thanks, kid. I appreciate it.
With that 14 medicine check, I will say that Dettet doesn't have to take damage, because I was like, oh, we're gonna have damage without even getting in combat.
I mean, a one hit point for a gag is fine.
Well, I mean, at the same time, while Masayoshi's laughing at all of this happening, he will kind of lean in toward Astrea a little bit and just whisper into her ear, "You got to be two people, because no single person can be that stupid."
Fucking Lord, jeez, fucking stop sneaking up on me. I'm tired. I am tired of people sneaking up on me.
I mean, at least you didn't have to roll a con save because it was actually secretly a cockatrice instead.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Listen, we could have been meaner about this.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I could have said that could have been a vicious mockery.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd get in trouble if you were like casting.
Like actively casting harmful spells
I-
at your scout mates. Yeah, probably.
Hey, Masayoshi.
I used the message cantrip to tell Treya that I thought she was pretty cool and that it was fine and that that chicken was a little aggressive.
Astrea is realizing
And that it's okay. It's okay to swear around me if you want.
So first off, the first thought in
You did-
Astrea's head is no, it's not. It's absolutely not. No, it's not okay to swear around Flips. That's not. He was 12 yesterday.
Yeah, he got the
but,
PG-13 now.
I'm above my reading grade. I see a lot of. I'm above my reading grade. I see a lot of these words in books. Also, I'm 13 now. You don't have to call me kid.
Kid, listen. Our dynamic is stuck at this point. We're locked in at this. We're locked in here.
Kevin,
Yeah,
what
we've
were
not-
you...
That's regrettable.
But I'm just like I am being comforted by a 13-year-old. Where did it all go wrong? I just wanted to go and get my stupid fucking training done, so I could do my stupid fucking scout stuff training, so I could go be a shield bearer, so I could go do some shit that I actually care. God, it's not a good day for her. Not a good day.
I just want to be around actual adults.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
The Scoutmaster's there. I'm an actual adult, and you just like we're all like,
No,
No.
not at all. I don't. I objection.
That is a child that is cosplaying as an adult.
Yeah, you're. I am not over the idea that he is in fact two kids in a trench coat.
Kevin, what were you saying about Masayoshi?
I was just gonna say to Masayoshi at some point, hey Masayoshi, that's a sick burn that was. Cool.
So while you guys are
I'm
I like how you
listening to
just
that.
started-
I heard him say that, and I'm just like, isn't he trying to? I'm just like, you know what? No, this might be better. Actually, this is better than the flirting.
So as you guys are all discussing this, out of nowhere, you feel the Concord gem just jerk forward, and you kind of lose your balance, especially you, Astrea, because you're standing up.
Yeah.
But for a moment, you're just holding your breath almost. It almost feels like completely silent except for the clucking of the chickens. And you would hear Shearson chanting something, and in front of you, a wall would open. And you can see that there's a little bit of light outside, not too much. Cannon would give you a little bit of a smile as his eyes pass among you, and he says, "Scouts, welcome to Sobsenko." And what you heard from Cannon about Sobsenko and the Dinsing night market, it definitely did not prepare you for what you're seeing. You see dozens, no hundreds of stalls of all different sizes, makes, and eye-catching colors all arranged in a long circle extending further than you can see. Each stall is stacked with a variety of goods and food that you've never seen before. Nearby, you catch a sight of a half-orc demonstrating to a small crowd of children how to properly use a toy that seems composed of 3 rings and a staff, while across the way you see a dragonborn dexterously using a wok to toss rice and peppers into the air and igniting it with its fire breath. Above you, there's lanterns of every shape imaginable twinkling with delicate lights, each painted with a unique pattern in bright paints, but even that is pale in comparison to the dance of light illusions that whirl above individual stalls. At one, you see a koi fish that is lazily floating through the air as if swimming. At another, you would see a pair of almirage preening each other. And at still another, you see what looks to be a water wheel of spewing sparks down to the onlookers below. The scents in the market, meanwhile, are somehow more intoxicating than the spectacle itself. Pot stickers, coconut desserts, spiced meats, sticky buns, and that's just the smells you're able to properly identify. The people, meanwhile, are just as varied as the decor. While humans of every size and shape are among the most plentiful, you still see a variety of non-humans among the crowd. A Goliath tends to the pennant banner overhead a stall stocked with a variety of glowing flowers manned by a goblin. A Naga in a dress is arguing with a vendor over the quality of his potions. Even a Harangon sat upon a broom flying whizzes past you, dropping fresh persimmons in her wake. It's almost too much to take it in, but Candid would just step in front of you and tell you, well, we're here. I have to attend to some field bearer stuff that's not very fun. We'll meet up here in about maybe 3 hours.
Wait, you're leaving us here?
No.
No supervision.
Yeah, skips, flips. It's gonna be fine. You're gonna be with your scouts. They're like family. And family looks after each other, right?
I just like stop for his moment. Like he says, like a family, and I'm like, you're crazy, right? This is a joke. You're joking.
Look,
Flip's stands him straight, and he looks quite happy that he was briefly mistaken for his father.
Yeah, he absolutely did call you Skips, but to be fair, he is like a coworker with your dad. He would just like he would ruffle in his bag and say, "Look, this is a very safe place. There's nothing dangerous around here. This is civilization, and yeah, stick with each other. Do not separate. If you have any troubles, come right back here. I won't be going far. I'm just going to be doing some paperwork." And he would reach into his bag and give you each a gold piece. And he'll say, "Here, get yourself something fun. Maybe get yourself a snack. There's lots to look at around here."
Right, and I kind of like look down at the gold piece and up at Ken, and I'm like, bribing children.
I'm not bribing! If you want to stay here and work on your ropes, you can.
So you're saying that me reporting, so that me going to the shield bearers and reporting to the scout, or like whoever Cannon's boss is,
yeah,
and being like telling him about everything that's happened today. That's cool with you? You're cool with that?
Yes, and you can tell.
I'll take the gold.
You can tell he's lying.
I just pocket the gold. I pocket the gold piece, and I kind of like raise my eyebrow and like, can I get some silver with that?
Of course. And he will look in his bag, and he will give each of you
5 electrum.
He gives you. No, I'm not doing electrum. F that. That's too much. It's too much to deal with. I can deal with silver, gold, and copper in terms of like money, but electrum throws me for a loop. He will give you each like 5 silver each, and he'll say, "This isn't a bribe. This is for Flips' birthday."
Well, I turn to everyone else and I'm like, you see, this is what happens when you have weak authority figures around. They're very easily manipulated.
And hold on one second. Shearson would pass by and say, "Amen," and just keep going. And she's walking directly to like a set of offices that are nearby.
Don't worry, in an emergency, I have contacts for this sort of situation.
I like raise an eyebrow, like, what are you talking about, kid?
My dad knows people.
He knows people down in the night market?
Do
you know? Is it a junior?
That you might recognize this badge that I have.
Is it a plastic junior detective, like junior shield bearer's badge?
It's not plastic. It is a deputy badge, and it is part of a custom background that Ray let me have.
Yeah, I did.
Incredible.
Hey, Masayoshi, did you say you've been here before?
I kind of turn and look at Kael. Yeah, I've been here before.
So you should know like good places, yeah?
I nod, kind of nonchalantly, as I turn, look back at you, kind of give you the head nod of like follow me, and just walk off.
Hey, come on, we gotta follow Masayoshi. and show some cool stuff. Yeah.
I'm desperately trying to think of any
You turn
reason
around,
to
you see
not
that
follow. But I'm like, no,
you
that
turn
makes
around,
sense.
you see
He
that Flips
knows.
has already identified a stand. Flips has already identified a stand selling grilled chub.
There actually is some food here. Unfortunately, you ask after grilled chub, and they just no. That's more of a Western opera phenomenon.
Hundreds of stands, Ray. Hundreds of stands. They don't have.
Listen, refrigeration and transportation of fish is hard.
Yeah. You want to take a fish from one side of the globe to the other. That's a fish, but it's not a pale chub. That's not a chub.
Isn't that exactly what you described the Concord Jewel doing not 3 minutes ago?
Okay, fair
Don't worry
enough.
about it.
You know what?
Don't-
Fair enough.
We have to curb you of this
Anyway,
campaign you're on.
Hey, come on, we've got to follow.
I kind of like
What you guys don't want to look around the market first?
what Masayoshi said. Like he knows a place. Apparently, I figure we don't have anything better to do now that
A place for what?
Yeah, where are you leading on Masayoshi?
At this point, I'd be heading towards a food stall that I've been to before and know fairly well.
Mm-hmm.
But I've already started walking, and I'm already probably a good 10 to 15 feet into the crowd
Mm-hmm.
because I thought that they were going to be like right behind me.
Yeah, like come on, and then.
I don't know why you expected that.
Yeah,
All right.
I cast thaumaturgy on myself to make my voice kind of like boom out. Say, Masayoshi, wait up a second.
My ears would perk up as I would turn around and realize that nobody's behind me, and just stand there moderately annoyed, tapping my foot.
Meanwhile, you're standing in the middle of a crowd, so everyone's just kind of walking around you, but they can't say anything because you're a kid.
Mm.
How tall is Masayoshi?
Like 5'7", 5'8".
Okay.
Just
not like
tall enough to blend into a crowd pretty easily.
What?
Tall enough to blend into a crowd, but remember I have like long red hair, so
Okay.
like I'm noticeable at least.
Yeah, I will say there's a lot of humans here, but there's not a lot with that bright of red hair.
Yeah.
Is Astrea tall?
Ray.
No, I don't think I am. Give me 1 second. What I am.
Liger.
I am 5'3".
Tiny.
Oh, you are tiny.
I know that all of the nations in Abor, all of the locations in Abor are like based on actual like places.
Mhm.
Where is this based on?
From what I could tell, it was not like officially, but it seems like it was based off Thailand.
Yeah, it does seem very Thai.
Mm-hmm. And that's definitely the inspiration I went with when I was writing some of this. Are you guys?
Anyways.
You guys catching
Yeah,
up with
so
Masa?
I kind of like I kind of like grabs Flips by the arm and I'm like, come on, we gotta get going.
I will follow
Flips.
behind them.
Flips follows.
So Masayoshi, tell
I
me what kind of
conveniently placed myself between Michael and Straight.
Masayoshi, what is your favorite type of food, so I can get an idea of where you're heading?
Well, considering that you did say that this is as kind of based off of like a Thai culture,
Mhm.
I would be heading to a food stall that sells like what Masayoshi would know, at least personally, is like the best pad Thai
Gotcha.
that he's had, at least. Which I can actually go for some pad Thai right now.
To be fair, pad Thai does not exist in this world exactly like that because it's the word Thai. What is pad Thai exactly? I've never been clear on that.
It's like a fried noodle dish with vegetables.
I gotcha. That's what I was thinking it was.
Yeah. It's also got like peanuts in it.
Mhm.
Yep.
because like basically everything in Thai cuisine has peanuts in it.
Yeah. So you're on your way. The best
And
place
don't
that you...
forget the fish sauce.
Yup. The best
Yeah,
place that
and the
you
peanut sauce.
the best place that you know to get like noodles from is definitely Tien Mo noodles. There is a gnome woman and her husband that are manning this station. You will know that it doesn't. You will know that it doesn't have any meat in it. It's completely vegan.
Which is perfectly fine in this instance.
They are a little expensive. They are 1 gold
Is
piece of
this a
peach.
stall or a building?
They're all
Jeez.
stalls.
A peach.
A peach
Per peach?
per peach.
Oh wow!
Well, how much are the noodles?
That's what it is.
No, a peach. It's
Oh, I
because you said
see.
a peach instead of
Shut
a piece.
Up, Liger.
1 gold is like really steep for a bowl of noodles, isn't it?
That's like $10 real life. Well, it's 10 silver. Like,
No, it's not.
I'm pretty sure it's 10 silver pieces.
Like a gold piece, I think like a gold piece is like about as much as like a normal pet. Like
Yeah,
like
but
if you're
silver
going by,
pieces are like
I was interpreted as silver pieces are like the equivalent of $1, and 10 of them would be like $10.
I would have thought. I normally think that like copper pieces
Or
are like
electrum.
about like 50 cents a piece or something like that, or roughly.
Yeah. They are.
So it'd be like 1 silver is like $5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are like. I'm going up. This is not Ray like homebrewing this. This is what the book says. So I am inclined to believe that it's.
Okay, well
I
then
would like to believe that it's like, balanced for this.
Yeah, that's fine. Like it is whatever the setting is. It's
Yeah.
just one of
I
those
only
things where,
have-
like I'm constantly think I read that one line in like the player's handbook for like 3.5 where it's just like, yeah, like a peasant earns like 2 silver pieces, like a silver piece a day basically.
Yeah, I feel like
And
I
I'm
read.
like,
I feel like I read somewhere that like
damn.
a horse is a gold piece and like a night stay at a hotel is a gold piece. But considering
something
people,
along those
you
lines.
start off with like 10 gold pieces
Yeah.
each.
Yeah. And we were given an extra one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
And 5
just- all
silver.
I'm saying is that I worked hard for that bribe. I don't want to be spending it.
Completely
What do you,
To be fair, this is.
I'm a little miserly.
I will say that this is like an actual meal worth of food. It's not just like
Yeah.
a snack.
It's
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's like a big bowl.
Mhm, yes, it
it's
is.
Like a big ass bowl.
They do have other types of noodles as well if you needed to substitute it instead of going for rice.
No, that's fine. I'll just get I'll get a bowl of noodles. Maybe
Mhm.
not like the pad thai equivalent because I don't think Astrea likes like peanut. She's not a fan of peanuts.
Mm-hmm. You would probably get a bowl that is filled with like. Go ahead. What's up?
Yeah,
Flips?
I'm like on the fence about whether or not I should make Flips like have like a spider diet.
There are food around here that's not just noodles. Also, if you needed.
It was like, what spider diet? What are you gonna do? Liquefy something's insides?
Yeah, are you gonna like drink its blood?
That's
Like, what are we
exactly
talking
what I
about?
was thinking about, but I don't know if I want to do that.
It'd be kind of
That
hard.
might be a bit much, dog. Maybe it's like you can do.
Yeah,
maybe it's like you can't do like.
but like
Maybe it's like one of those things where like you can't do normal meat, but like you can do like liquefied insides and like vegetarian stuff.
well, I specifically mentioned that I only have carnivore teeth, so vegetables are gonna be hard for me.
Wait, what do you mean? They can still eat vegetables, can't they?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's just
Yeah,
gonna,
but,
you're
but
not gonna
I
have
mean,
anything that
I'll-
kind of like matches
I'll need
anything.
floss
That's all gonna be
every-
cutting.
I'll need to floss a lot.
I will say also, Astrea, if you were looking for something a little bit cheaper, there are a couple like smaller stalls that have like just snack options prepared.
Go for the meal. I'm just gonna be grumbling about it.
Okay. Is anyone else getting yourself a
Oh, I just remember.
What's up?
I just remembered that I described at the beginning of the session my mom giving me a lunchbox.
Oh yeah, and you had an apple.
Do you want to just? You just want to like eat it at the table, just like I have a lunch my mom gave me. Can I
Mhm.
still eat with my friends?
Masayoshi
Yeah.
and Kale, what are you guys doing?
Well, I'm grabbing that bowl.
Yeah,
I'm
would.
grabbing that bowl of noodles.
So, both Astrea would get a bowl of like vegan broth noodles that are rice based and have a lot of these special beans called green tree beans, and Masayoshi would get the opposite of that, but it's still vegan. It's fried though. The lady behind this stall is very sweet. She's a gnome, but she definitely looks like maybe on the cusp of like going from aunt to grandma.
Gotcha.
Kale would have started off thinking of following Masayoshi's lead on the meal choice, but then as soon as he saw that Astrea was going with the rice base, then he switches over to the rice base noodles.
You are given forks for
That's how
this.
is rice-based noodles.
What's that?
Mm. Oh yeah, no, pad thai.
Pad thai
Yeah, it
is
is, but
rice-based
Astrea got the
noodles.
stuff that's not fried specifically.
Yeah, I got something probably closer to like a pho or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
With some dumplings.
They don't have dumplings at this stall, but the one next door, the Trusty Leek, would absolutely have some. They have sago dumplings with pork filling, and those are 7 silver pieces each. While you guys are having your food, and Flips is eating his little Lunchables, essentially.
It's
No,
is it?
no, my mom
I was
makes me a
about
home
to
cooked
say.
meal.
You would definitely see that there are some other stalls just selling like lots of various things. There's one place called Va's Lucky Amulets that seems like it has a lot of miscellaneous goods. One place that's called Vada's Otherworldly Goods, which sells a lot of really sweet smelling desserts. Something that's kind of different is that you would see, instead of just a stall, a little table set up, and there is a woman behind it who is offering fortune telling. And still across the way, there is a really nice silk place called Chomquan's Silks and Fineries that is selling all these beautiful looking garments.
I kind of think for a second about stopping by the silk place to like see about getting Flips a gift or something along those lines. But I'm like, wait a second, his mom's a trader. What am I doing getting him silk things? And I kind of like shake my head.
I will say, Detdet, if it matters at all, you would look around. The cheapest thing that you see is a silk scarf, and it is 50 gold pieces.
Ah, right. So not getting him
The
something
silk is
there.
expensive.
That's I just see Flips walking around. I just see Flips walking around in like silk all the time. So I'm just like I guess I never really internalized like how expensive it actually is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of like it's probably rich actually. I'm like drastically re-estimating like how much Flips and his family is worth.
I will say, as you look at it, it definitely looks like it is made of a different silk than what Flips has.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I imagine Trider silk is a little bit more durable.
Mm-hmm. This is very fancy. And it almost,
harder to work with.
When you're looking at it, it almost seems like it's shifting colors a little bit.
Yeah, I would maybe be looking over the trinket store and the amulets and stuff.
Yeah. While you go over to the trinket stand, you would absolutely catch notice that it says Va's Lucky Amulets, and there is an asterisk that says something along the lines of none of these objects are technically magical in property currently. So while you're looking this over.
Like I kind of like am also following over because like I struck out at the silk shop and I see the sign and I'm like, it's not a great scam if you're telling people that you're scamming them.
Well, you get the feeling that maybe for legal purposes she had to put that there.
That makes
They-
it a worse scam. It means you got caught.
So this stuff is significantly cheaper. It is only, let's see, I'm pretty sure it is, what did I write down? Yep, it's only 2D, hold on, actually, I forgot I'm supposed to roll that.
Is there
10 copper
anything-
each.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
I was going to say, is there anything of a cobweb design?
You know what? I would say yes. As you're looking through some of this, you would see like this little, it's a gooey thing that you would recognize as being like the equivalent of the sticky hands, but it looks like a web.
Yeah, I think now that I'm looking closer, I've seen it, this cobweb design,
Mm-hmm.
and it's caught my attention. I've gone over and I've started to actually appraise what this jewelry is.
Mhm.
And obviously my mum and father are crafters and merchants, and he's just disgusted at how bad the quality of this is.
Oh, this is not just amulets. It's more of just like junk, essentially, like stuff that you would see at a flea market that is there in the quote unquote foreign section, because it's got a lot of different cultures here, but none of this stuff looks particularly valuable. You managed to catch like there's like a little box of rings that there are made of very cheap like silver substitutes, and they've got what looks like a green gem on it, but according to the note that is on it, it says that it's supposed to change color with how you're feeling.
You know what?
That's not enchanted.
It's a mood ring, Detdet.
I mean, yes, but like, I mean, listen, listen, but like, how would I not know that that's not magic, though?
I feel like it must be like, it's a pretty common thing, like, when you go to like carnivals and stuff, there have been a few carnivals at the Radiant Citadel. This is very much the cheap prize that you would get. It's some kind of jewel that reacts to the surface temperature of your body.
Okay, so just like you, just once again, the standard mood ring, you just
yes,
made out of slightly more fantasy material.
Not even, it's the same material.
it's just the same shit.
Yeah.
All right. I kind of like look over. I kind of look over at Flips. It's just like, you see anything you like there, buddy?
Flips is a little distracted. He's purposely not looking at what people are trying to gift him because he thinks that would be strange.
Mm-hmm. Are you looking at any of the stuff on
sure?
here?
I heard you mention a fortune teller.
There is a fortune teller.
I'm looking at that.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and roll perception to see if I can't find anything that's like really cool that I think's.
Go for it. And Kevin and Red, if you guys have anything that you would,
I'm not gonna pick out my own birthday gifts.
Wait, Experiment 13. What are you doing? Experiment 12. What are you doing here?
Am I not supposed to be?
We're streaming.
No, we're streaming a session right now. Sorry, Doc.
Oh crap! All right,
You're fine. I was like, wait, who joined?
God bless.
I need to make an out of session.
Maybe it's just like set like a status or something for the channel.
Yes, that's complete. I'll apologize to him later.
It's literally what I did all the time in the other server.
Yeah. All right.
So, let's see. Astrea, you're looking for a gift for Flips. Flips, you were looking.
I don't think I see anything new.
Oh, there's lots of like cool little stuff for 10. I will say, like, let's see. You do see an incense burner that's shaped like a capybara.
How much?
And it's still 10. 10 copper.
Yeah.
Yes, And right next to that capybara incense burner, you would see a sitting sphinx that has a bob haircut and red like jewel eyes that kind of looks like it's that if you like angle it at the right
to destroy this capybara.
Yes.
I see.
Kael will not buy anything for less than a gold piece.
Fair enough.
Oh,
Kael refuses. Kael refuses to carry change.
oh, oh, oh.
Ugh.
And bleh. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna buy that capybara incense burner because it seems like the kind of thing that Flips would enjoy.
I will say, Saw is saying the capybara will do your taxes.
Oh well, I mean that's an enchantment. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So
Legally,
that's 10 gold pieces. So that's 10 gold pieces.
10
Or,
copper
not
pieces.
10 copper pieces. Christ, imagine. All right. And I grab the capybara incense burner, and I kind of go over to Flips, who's over at the fortune teller, and I put it in his hands and like, hey, happy birthday, man.
Wow. I like capybaras.
So it's a little look neat. I think you're supposed to put incense in it or whatever.
I'm going to
I like incense.
I'm going to describe what's going on with
Good.
Flips at the fortune teller, but Red and Kevin, if you guys have anything, you can absolutely just let me know. But the lady who's behind the fortune telling booth is a human who has like dark skin and really thick curly hair. She would tell you that her fortunes cost a silver piece each.
Does she allow
What kind of fortunes do you tell?
others to sit in at the same time?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so while Astrea is looking at the store, Kael would have walked off in disgust at the price because it's just too cheap. And then he would have followed Flips in just to make sure somebody's with the child.
Yeah.
At all times. Yeah. So I would.
Why did you guys all decide to be so much older than me?
Because it's funnier to have a baby.
I'm the only one that signed up for the age that we were told to be.
Not at all! I said you guys can be anywhere from 13 to 18.
Yeah, come on. And you did it. And it's not our fault you did one day of 13 years old.
To get back to your question, Flips.
Oh, anyway.
This woman would say, "Oh, well, I do tarot readings. Are you interested, young man?"
Flips, who, for some reason, ever since he came to this location, has felt like a tiny bit of anxiety in the back of his head and some tingling in his hands, sort of sits down and just be like, sure, I'd like to know more about some stuff.
And she will hold out to you like a deck. She flips through it, shuffling it, and she says, "Put your hand over this and tell me your full name."
My name is Skips Hoofley. No, Flips.
That's your
Every time.
dad's, I'm like, what's that your dad's name?
She would at that correction, she would put down 3 cards. The first one she will flip over. The 7 of coins, the thief. It looks like a loss of something. Maybe not you, but someone lost property, innocence, reputation.
I did swear next to him earlier.
She flips this. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I would be trying to insight throughout this. I've rolled an 8, so
okay.
Tell me what I know at the end or whatever. So
it seems legit. Next one she flips over. The present. One of stars, the transmuter. Oh, a new discovery, but it looks like it may herald a little bit of chaos and maybe some unforeseen consequences. And she will flip the second one, or the
She's
third
a
one.
little bit nervous looking at the last card.
And you're very surprised when you see the paladin. Looks like your future will hold a warrior? Someone who lives by a code of honor and integrity. Maybe a role model for you. Maybe yourself. It's all up to interpretation. And she will shuffle her cards back.
Flips pumps his arms. He's like, yes.
Wait, you said what?
I'm gonna get that squireship. I'm gonna qualify for that squireship. Yes.
I just like I don't think that any of that was like actually like I think I'm trying to like let Flips down gently. I don't think. Listen, kid, this is all mundane stuff. You're seeing meaning where you interpret it. Now, I'm not saying to give up on anything, but like I wouldn't hold that. I wouldn't hold that to be like, you know, you got to work for it still.
Oh, a skeptic. I see.
Can I roll Arcana to see if this woman is a genuine magical person?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Out of character while he's rolling that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also gonna roll insight.
Why did you channel your inner Erica Lenbeck there?
Oh, thank you. That's very nice.
I heard it and I'm like, wait a second. I've heard this voice before.
Definitely wasn't trying for it. Thank you. All right.
Oh,
so,
you were. You absolutely were.
Thank you. Flip's got. We got a natural 20 and a 22 dirty from Detdet and Flips.
Yeah, well, that's an insight just to see what her deal is.
Okay.
To see if this is like a fraud thing or,
Okay.
you know.
So, Flips, you would definitely feel like there's no magic that's happening here, but there is something a bit magical about this woman. Astrea, you would definitely recognize this woman as a Vistani, who are naturally known for fortune telling.
Oh, well, actually, I was like, actually, you know what?
You do know
all that shit I was talking, so don't worry about it.
There are a
Still
lot.
work hard, though.
There are a lot of like racist people out there that will say the Vistani are nothing but like cheap tricksters who are trying to scam people. But you've never met a Vistani, so
yeah, I'm not making my character racist.
Good, because you shouldn't. Looking directly in camera, stop making the Vistani racist. Like D&D, Wizards of the Gross.
I'm just like, you know what? I would still work hard, kid. Effort's gotta be rewarded, not necessarily a fortune.
Masayoshi, are you around during this?
I would be around and I'd just be listening in. Not really paying too much attention, but like listening without or hearing without listening, really.
Mm-hmm. She would just look between all three of you and say,
What's
what's good?
Flips just sort of looks at her and with all of his eyes, and he just sort of nods and says, "Thank you very much."
Of course. Would any of the rest of you like a fortune?
I kind of wave him off. I don't go in for that sort of thing.
I'd shrug and look at her and say, sure, go for it.
All right. She would absolutely like shuffle the
I'm
cards
gonna
up
quick
again.
use the restroom.
Oh,
Yeah,
Flips.
go for it.
Yeah, that's fine. She would shuffle the cards again. Please say your full name as you hold your hand over the cards.
Masayoshi.
And
knowing full well that's just like his full name.
To be fair, she does know, like, she's been around enough people that she knows that some people don't have clan names. She would lay out three more. The first one, the past. She flips it over. The hooded one. A mysterious presence. Not something I draw very often for humans, as it does have a bit of meaning of xenophobia, intolerance. The second, the Five of Glyphs, the druid. This one is drawn often for druids, as you can imagine. It represents the cruelty of nature, but also the ambiguity of it, and those who feel drawn to it. But it also represents inner turmoil. And finally, the future. The Five of Coins, the Guildmaster. It seems that it's quite an open-ended future for you, but you will be joined by like-minded individuals joining to a common cause.
My ears perk up at that last one a little bit.
Well, I hope that was all that you hoped it would be.
Masayoshi would kind of just chuckle and give a tiny little bow. And, well, thank you for your insight.
She would bow back, and look.
What happened?
His past is mysterious. His future, his present is nature, and his future is working together.
Oh.
That's all you need to know.
His past is mysterious. God,
Yeah.
His
So
past,
unhelpful.
his past is mysterious, but also a little xenophobic.
His past is a little bit racist.
Just a little
It's
bit.
like a
racist.
it's like a really mysterious racist.
And for some reason, she draw that card for humans very often.
Not.
She
Yeah,
doesn't.
she did not pull that card for humans very often.
Not many people are racist against humans.
Yeah, if you can
Yeah.
believe that. Kael, you
Trey,
gonna?
are you sure you don't want to do a reading?
I
Whatever.
kind of just like I'm waving him off, but like I am getting a little bit more.
Oh,
curious.
come on. It's not like you have to listen to the cards. It's just a suggestion.
Lady, I got a budget I have to. I have a budget I have to manage.
How much is it?
Okay, for you. Maybe they might have a card that reveals something about your past.
It is a
I'm
silver
not
piece,
making
Kev.
I'll down and give her a gold for myself and Astrea. Like one gold to cover both.
She would absolutely try to give you change, not quite understanding that you're beneath that.
Yeah, he just hates change. Like it just jingles in your pocket. You just hate it.
She still tries to hand it to you. Are you gonna refuse her?
I slide it back.
Oh, a tip.
I
Thank you.
just like I'm just watching this happen, and I'm like vaguely disgusted. I'm just like waste so much weight. Do you know how many like snacks you could have bought with that? That goes to so many things.
Yeah, I think Kale sort of sits back in the chair, almost like nonchalant, pretend like trying
This
not
is
to
nothing.
Yeah, but secretly you can see that he's actually quite interested. He's just trying to act like he doesn't care and such.
Please put your hand over the cards and say your full name.
Mhy-Kael, Ray-Maence.
Oh, sounds a bit familiar. Maybe like a band I've heard. Never mind. She would pull out 3 cards and put them before you. The past. Flips it over. The Master of Coins. The Rogue. Looks like quite an importance of money is placed on you. And some people who think that wealth is the only measure of success. She flips the next one. 6 of Coins. A lot of coins in this. But this rep is the beggar. It looks like your fortune may not be as set in stone as you think it might be. And the future, if she flips it, oh, the Seer, a high card. It looks like a positive outcome will be hinged on a keen and clever mind.
Yeah, well, like, whatever. Just And he'll stand up and just like sort of go and stand by the entrance or something, arms crossed.
And she will reshuffle the cards and hold them out to Astrea. And you?
I'm like she's
Come
not
on.
gonna lie. Like
don't wanna face
that last portion actually made her like less interested. But like, I mean, she's already been paid for, so what is she gonna do? She's not gonna like toss up a free meal or like, you know, a free like fortune teller, whatever. I mean, she's here, she might as well hear it. It's been paid for.
I mean,
So she goes ahead and sits down.
Does she put her hand over the cards and say her name?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. She puts her hand over the card. She says Astrea, and doesn't have like a last name or anything. Like that.
Yeah. So she will put down all three. She flips the first one, and for you three, she gave like an immediate response, but for this one, she kind of pauses. The Seven of Stars, the illusionist.
I'm gonna inside this again, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. This isn't one I draw often. It means a grand conspiracy, a secret organization. At 24, she is telling the truth. She does not see this very often, and the meaning behind it is as certain as she is aware. Then she flips the next one. Your present, the Three of Stars, Enchanter, inner turmoil, confusion, and the future. And she flips it. The Three of Glyphs, the Healer. This one is specifically about physical healing, not so much mental. It looks like the healing of a disease or maybe a curse. You're an odd one, aren't you?
I have no idea what you're talking about, and I get up and I like walk away. I'm like, I'm kind of displeased by like what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
With my insights, I was probably looking for anything that concerned the teller, or she was trying to hide a secret or a meaning of what she might have read.
So you would definitely tell that she was surprised by the card that she drew. She did not seem like she was lying when she was surprised by it. And the meaning, she was definitely searching for some other kind of meaning in this, but the meaning that she came to was the most correct as far as she is aware. So it's as truthful as she knows it to be.
Yeah. Okay.
So with that little thing with you guys having gotten your fortunes read, are you looking around a little bit more? Or are you talking about what just happened?
I just I shrug. Like just a bunch of gobbledygook. I mean, like there's nothing that. Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Flips approaches Astrea, and without missing a beat, attempts to distract her by going, "Would you help me look for incense to put in this thing?" As he holds up the gift that you gave him.
Yeah, you know what? I'll even pick it up for you. I mean, it feels like a weird gift not to buy the incense holder and then not have anything to burn in it. You know.
Did I do it?
Yeah.
So you guys would be looking around. Kael and Masayoshi, are you going with?
I would, yes. Masayoshi would absolutely follow along.
Yeah.
Helping to look for incense.
So you would find a really cute little like incense and potpourri and a little bit of like dried flower shop. They are selling all sorts of scents that it appears it comes from Umedzo, which is a country to the west, like the northwest. Very known for its floral scents. They're selling them for only about 10 copper a piece also. No, you know what? No, 5 copper a piece.
I'll go ahead and I'll just go ahead and since I got like the I don't really have any like copper coins on me, I'll just go ahead and get 2 of them for whichever 2 that like flips likes the best.
Well, you said floral, right?
Flips refers to you.
I was gonna say the only thing that I could think of at this point would be as I'm like looking around through the incense, my nose kind of catches onto what is known, at least to us in the real world, is Awahapuhi. I believe that's how you say it. Which is a like radiant green floral with notes of peach, melon, wild berries, and jasmine. So I'd probably reach for that and grab a couple of those sticks.
Okay. What to like recommend or to like
Yeah, I
just
would.
for yourself?
No, I would to give over to Flips.
I kind of like look over at Flips. Is like, that what you like, kid?
Trust your nose.
All right, all right. So then I go ahead and like, I buy those 2 sticks, and like there you go. Happy birthday, man.
As you guys are doing this,
Thank you.
you would see like off to the corner, you would hear like some children like cheering and laughing, and you would look over and you see a little puppet show that's happening. It's going on an impromptu theater that has like lots of colorful marionettes, and from what you can tell, it looks like they're at the end of their performance. But you would definitely hear the performer, like as you're getting closer, you would hear them continuing, and they would say, Munakata no Inoyo raised her staff to the heavens, and with a great spell was able to vanish the evil Emperor Nakamura from Umezo once and for all time, sealing him within the former monastery and sending his fiends to the far corners of the Feywild. And you see that there is like a big, like little display of magic, and as like these, it's not a very well made marionettes, but the magic on stage is decently done, at least for kids, and they seem to be having a really good time. But the performer would continue. While most of Nakamura's fiends perished in the unfamiliar terrain, there was one breed of monster that survived, even thrived in the Feywild. The Arcanoloth! According to legends, they have mastered the Fey magic to give them greater control of illusion magic. But they have since learned, since their master's defeat, they've learned much, specifically stealth and cunning. They will never attack you outright, but instead lie in wait until your most vulnerable moments. Heed my warning, children! If you ever see a fox with more than one tail, it may be the same fiends that once served the abdicated emperor. And the curtains would fall, and these kids would just erupt into like a little cheers as they watched the man come out with his little marionettes.
Kyle would probably just say, like, to the group, that sounds cool. Like, foxes with more tails. Sounds cool.
My dad always warns me about the Feywilds.
Astrea was kind of like thinking to herself, like a little bit, like, I still have some thaumaturgy. I could like. She was debating on whether or not to like maybe try to help the performance out or maybe like mess with it a little bit. But like it's ended, so like she's kind of, the decision kind of got made for her, and she's like vaguely unsatisfied by that. But she just kind of shrugs. She's just like, I'm glad they're having a good time.
You wanted to add to the big little show of magic.
I've got thaumaturgy. I can mess around with some stuff. I can do a couple things here and there.
I will say that he's currently out, like, giving a bow.
I learned prestidigitation.
Good job. He's currently giving a little bow and showing off his marionettes if you wanted to do any, like, shenanigans.
What did he say? What did he say? It was the Arcanoloth?
Yes.
I
Are you saying it was a Fey or that it moved to the Feywilds?
It was a fiend that moved to the Feywilds.
My dad is always telling me to be careful about the Feywilds.
I go ahead and cast thaumaturgy. I kind of make the ground like tremble a little bit. I make like a couple like some of the noises get a little darker, a little like more bassy, some just a little bit more creepy.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like kind of like use it to like make my voice boom a little bit. It's just like, You should know better than to spread tales of the Arcana Loft, lest they hear.
And immediately some of the younger kids will like run away screaming. And go ahead and make me a stealth check on that.
You. Wait, that's Dex. I should be fine on that. Plus 4.
Stealth
Yup.
while using thaumaturgy, I feel like that's disadvantage at the very least.
That's
I will
I
say
mean, I can roll again.
no, it's fine. It's fine. Fighter making a stealth check. Oh no. That 16 is actually
I'm a Dex fighter. Excuse you.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you did so well. It's enough to where the marionette person doesn't seem to like catch on that you are the one that's doing this, but also is like trying to suit the kids. Some of the older kids think it's cool. Like some of the kids who didn't like who didn't particularly care about a puppet show are now interested.
Yeah, sick. All right, good. That's what I wanted.
Ray, did you see that? What I just sent you?
Oh, hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Cool. What are you doing that for?
All right. So I'm kind of, as I'm like listening to this guy say all of his stuff, I kind of look to the others and be like, foxes with more than one tail don't exist, guys. I don't know what this guy's talking about.
Yeah, but if they did, that'd be like, cool.
I kind of
it wouldn't because they don't exist.
Flex points to a stand with.
I like
Flex
kind of
points to the
eyebrow.
Almirage they saw earlier, which is a unicorn bunny.
Oh. Yeah,
That's exactly what I was thinking, but I wasn't gonna say it.
I was like shrugging. I'm like, at first I was just gonna be like kind of dismissive. It's like it's a puppet show, guy. It's not that big. But then like Masayoshi is showing like maybe the most emotion or like the most engaged I think I've ever seen him. So I'm like, I'm gonna roll some insight on that.
Go ahead.
1 + 3.
An 8.
It seems pretty normal, I guess. I don't
It's
know.
definitely abnormal, but you don't know why.
Mm.
Definitely
I'm like,
abnormal. You don't know why.
I'm pocketing that away for later, but I'm like, I mean, it was a puppet. There was a guy doing a puppet show for children. I mean, people make up stuff all the time. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, Masayoshi, I don't know why you like got it against foxes. Like, that'd be cool.
Foxes are fine. Just I've never heard of foxes with more than one tail. Like that can't be real.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like we've done wilderness studies. We've seen things that spit out. People have told us about things that like spit acid and breathe like disease and death. Like that's like more than one tail is not like crazy.
I bet you don't believe in L bears either.
Masayoshi.
My dad is from the Feywild. I can ask him later.
Is he from the Feywild? And like Astrea is like kind of thinking like actually she doesn't know where satyrs come from really.
He's been there. Technically,
Well,
my dad is a Knight of the Summer Court, but that's only by air right, by inheritance.
Huh, neat. I'm just sitting there kind of like filing that away as like the more you know.
Mm-hmm. So while you guys go ahead.
Still thinking like that was weird that Masayoshi was like that, but like maybe he's just like weird about foxes. Maybe that's just like he's just like really scared of foxes. Who knows?
So while you guys are discussing the
for as long as I've known him, Masayoshi has been weird in general.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Is my lag cutting you off a lot, Ray?
Not terribly. I'm perfectly fine being cut off. I don't care.
It's like a full 4. It's like a full 4 seconds between I speak and I hear you answer.
Oh, you might want to like join Discord on your phone if at all possible, just so that you're not like losing anything in translation. But it's not a problem for me.
Mhm.
If my players interrupt me, I will just hold on for a second.
Without
So while you guys are discussing the possibilities of, is that Liger or is
That's Liger popping.
okay, fair. Liger, can you hear us now?
yes, can you hear me
Okay,
in real time?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Liger, respond to this right now.
Yes.
Okay, it's still a bit.
Oh, okay, that lag is that's still pretty
Yeah.
significant.
Yeah.
That's lag.
I can't switch to my phone because
Oh.
then you're not going to hear my microphone.
What do you mean? Can you not
Is
like
there any?
talk?
My
through-
microphone's connected to my computer.
Well, yes, but can
Yeah,
you
that's
use the
true.
microphone on your phone?
That's going to be really bad quality.
I mean, we'll get to that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, we'll try that out. We'll try it out and see what the quality's like during a break or something like
It's
that.
funny you should mention that because while you guys are discussing what like a fox with more than one tail would look like, you would hear like a crash kind of further back in the crowd. And you may not think anything of that because you've definitely heard like some boxes being shuffled around. But then you hear someone yell, "Stop, thief!" And that's where we're going to take a quick break.
Hold on a sec.
Uh-huh. There goes Liger.
There goes Liger. All right, break time.
Break time. We will be back
Indeed.
soon. Chat, you make sure to get yourself a drink and a snack and go to the bathroom. We will see you in just a moment.
Maybe-
What specifically are you not happy about?
You guys sound different and it's weird, and that's kind of why I was thinking that we could use the cafeterias for something much better than just like school lunches.
This is a really weird topic too that we got to from giraffes, Liger. I don't know how the hell you got here.
Yeah, I don't know
I-
why this is the
What
hill
are you
you're
gonna
gonna die on or be canceled on, I suppose.
You know?
It's a NADPOD bit.
Don't worry about it, Barry.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
So,
Anyways,
So we just left
Thief.
off. You guys had heard someone yelling, "Get them back, you little thief!" And everyone immediately stops what they're doing, and because that's a word that you don't want to hear at a market. You managed to see a little red kobold dressed in the bare essentials sprinting between the legs of onlookers. But he manages to slide under an empty stall near you. He tries to catch his breath, but as soon as he sees you, he stops immediately and he presses a single clawed finger to his lips, his eyes pleading you to stay silent. So you look back and you see that gnome lady who gave you the equivalent of pad thai shoving her way through the crowd. She's looking through, doesn't see what she's looking for, and immediately turns to a local, like a nearby stall that has another red kobold. This time one that is chopping up a fish but is currently stopped because she's trying to figure out what's going on. And the gnome woman screams, "Kosa! That your damn son is a thief! Return what he stole, or I'll be forced to contact the merchant collective." And the kobold's mother's face burns red hot. and you're not quite sure if it's embarrassment or anger until she stabs the knife into the fish, and she says, "My son is a thief! That's rich coming from you! Every time my inventory of diamond-throated carp comes up short, it's always after I notice fish bones near your stall. What, your spineless husband finally got sick of eating all that rabbit food you serve with your overcooked noodles?" And immediately, these two just start going at it, screaming, and there's spittle flying everywhere. They start getting in each other's face before onlookers manage to separate them. And it kind of cuts off the view that you guys can see being such a little bit shorter. And
This
yeah.
was such a good time to make popcorn.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I couldn't have timed that better if I tried.
Yeah, you're basically just looking on in awe as you see these two women screaming until you're cut off. And the kobold is definitely looking through, but he's trying his best not to be seen.
So we can see the kobold kid?
Yes, he is under a stall near you guys.
Does he, like, have stolen goods on him that I can see?
He is carrying a knife.
I'm gonna cast thaumaturgy to make my voice boom.
He immediately starts, you don't understand.
Hold on.
Hey, I dismissed my booming voice before I reply, and I'm like, well, then make me understand.
Does he have stolen goods in his possession that I can see?
He's holding a knife.
Is that the stolen object, or is that a thing that he has?
Bro, you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't see any stolen items. You just see him carrying a knife, but it's not like a dagger. It looks like a knife that's specifically used to, like, cut fish.
Right. Do we remember seeing this knife on the store when we got our food?
Go ahead and roll me a gosh, what is that?
Intelligence save?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an intelligence save. You like those a lot.
A save?
I mean, I'm happy for somebody else to roll it instead of me.
Why would it be a save?
Because he loves intelligence saves.
I don't know if that's how that works.
Intelligence, then?
Yeah, go ahead and roll intelligence or perception.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and roll perception. I'm also gonna cast guidance on myself.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Okay,
so give me an additional 1d4.
Kael got a 9.
I said save because they don't come up very often. So in the games that I run, where Ray's been a part of, I've used saves for, like, recalling information on the spot. If you've forgot something that maybe your character should maybe know.
Makes sense to me.
It looks like Kael got a 9 on intelligence. Flip's got a 7 and on perception, and Dettet,
I got a 19
perception.
19 perception.
Yep. So you, Kael and Flips, you don't remember this knife. You would definitely remember, though, that it was all vegetarian, so having a fish knife is weird. Astrea, you would probably remember, like, seeing behind the lady that it was just, like, on a table. But you don't, like...
Oh, so I did see this knife on the table.
Yes. And it probably caught you as weird because you were looking at all these vegan options, and there's a fish knife, so you were like, what's there a fish knife for?
Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and roll a grapple check.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just like a regular attack roll, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Can I do something before you do that?
Grapple is athletics.
Athletics check, excuse me.
Yeah, versus the opponent's athletic or acrobatics.
Liger, you're gonna have to take up what you want to do first with Dettet. I'm leaving that between you two.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I was just gonna do the second I realized that this was lying on the counter back there, I was gonna grapple this guy and then make him explain.
Uh-huh.
I will...
Out of character, is there something else you'd rather do?
I think that we should try something before resorting to getting physical. And I think, does he look like he's kind of scared or something?
Oh, terrified.
Well,
So
I mean, he's somebody who stole something, and now someone is screaming thief in the marketplace.
Yeah.
And
I
the
would
cult-
like to use the message cantrip that I have to speak to his mind without drawing attention to where he is and say, if you give me what you stole right now, I won't tell them where you are.
And upon hearing something in his brain,
Are
he
you
goes,
extorting this child?
No, I'm gonna return the item.
he immediately
Lips, it
hears.
sounds like you're extorting this child.
Well, it's the message cantrip, so you don't know anything.
Alright, well, I didn't hear that, so I'm rolling my rapid check.
That's fair. So you say that, and he goes, eh! Like, doesn't quite understand why he's hearing this voice in his head, and then immediately Astrea
21.
rolls a 21 and grapples him, and he's just, like, choking a little bit, and he drops the knife, and he's just, like,
Oh, well, no,
flailing.
I went to go grab his arm. I went to go grab his arm.
Oh, fair enough. He drops the knife.
I'm not choking him out.
Okay, fair. I took grapple, literally.
Is the kobold stand the fish stand, did you say?
There was a kobold at the fish stand that is also a red kobold, and she looks older. Like, it's possible that these two are related.
So I did the grapple check. I grabbed his arm. I'm pulling him in, and I'm like, I remember seeing that. I saw that knife behind the counter there. You better have a really good explanation for why you have that.
Yeah, because it's ours!
Explain.
Only Shenmo stole it from us!
Well,
So you're stealing stolen property.
Yeah! That means
What?
it's fine.
Did you
That
not
does
talk to the guards? Did you not talk to anyone else? You just this was your first step.
Yeah.
Kid, you may be dumb.
He is a kobold.
That knife does look a bit like a fish knife. And that's kobold store over there is a fish store. So, whatever.
Yeah, that's why it's ours!
I kind of I sigh. I'm thinking over the situation. I sigh, and I turn to Masayoshi. I'm like, Masayoshi, do you mind going to grab a guard? So we can
No!
It's just a kid. Can't we just grab his mom?
This is clearly some others. There's clearly a whole fucking situation.
Yeah.
I mean, I realized I said fucking, and I'm like, there's clearly a whole frickin' situation here.
Did you say the F word at him?
I haven't earned my conflict resolution patch yet, so we should work on it.
All right, I'm just saying we have no authority to act and be doing anything with this, so...
Masayoshi is just gonna kind of be standing there like, am I grabbing the guards? Am I not?
AGAB.
I
That was Lucky Dagger, that was not me.
Grab the boy's mother.
Best. Flips, what do you want to do? What's your thought?
I think we should, take the boy back to his mother, and we'll hear about both sides of this argument because clearly there's one going. And
Right.
I mean,
Authority, do we have?
what are we gonna do? It's not like we can just find our scoutmaster because I don't know. I think he's groveling in the dirt right now.
I kind of nod my head at that, and I'm like, Lips, you have to understand this is why I wanted to call the guard, because they would have the authority to help sort this out, whereas we are a bunch of kids.
Yeah,
Like, we
what
understand.
authority would our group have in this situation? Would we know that?
Yeah, you guys are just kids at this point. You have to
Okay.
imagine, you would be Cub Scouts who went to the mall and someone stole something.
Like I said, clearly there's a whole situation going on here. I think I turn to the kid. I don't think that you're lying. But I do think that it's something that needs to be sorted out by somebody who can make a decision like this.
You guys are so... We've talked to the guards. They set up shop. They never find anything. I keep telling them, my mom keeps telling them that they're taking all of our stuff, that they're taking our fish, they're taking our knife, and nothing happens.
We could take this case under the authority of the shield bearer.
The what?
Are you? I turned to him. I'm like, 1, wrong plane. 2, we're not shield bearers. 3, flips. This is a knife. This is a knife in a marketplace.
I'm gonna head over to the 2 women.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You would see that the gnome woman has been pulled away and is being talked to by someone else, and she storms off. But the woman who is the kobold woman is still at the shop, very angrily filleting her fish.
Yeah, maybe as I go to walk over and maybe look at Masayoshi and sort of motion with my head and sort of shrug as if inviting Masayoshi if he wanted to head over with me.
I would absolutely recognize that and kind of follow behind. Not too closely, but probably within 2 or 3 steps behind.
Mm.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead, stick here, and just keep grappling this child.
Head over to the kobold. Hey, like, what was all that about?
The Tianmos, they keep accusing us of stealing when they are the ones that we keep finding our fish bones over near their stalls. We've had issues with them in the past. At least the person who ran the stall before me did, and seems she's just digging up old feuds.
Say, really, what is it that they've sort of, taken?
She would bend down and put up a crate that is half full of some fish that you would recognize as diamond-throated carp. Every day I bring this to the marketplace, and I always make sure it's full, and it's half empty by the time that I get around to flaying it.
And how is it even possible that, gnomes can even, take it without anyone seeing?
I'm not sure, but it has to be them. I always find fish bones near their stall. I'm imagining that the husband got enough of just eating vegetables to appease his wife.
But, how do you know it's the husband? How do you know it's not someone trying to frame them? How do you know it's not how do you know it's not someone that you know that takes them there?
The person who ran the stall before me, from my clan, she had problems with the Tianmos, so maybe it could be someone else. But if it looks like a duck quacks like a duck, it's a duck. If it looks like there's fish going missing and there's fish bones by her stall, then that's a fish thief.
What if it's ducks?
That's a very good way to determine. Yeah, that's a very good way to determine whether something's a duck. I gotta applaud her method.
What if it actually is ducks, though? Ducks eat fish, don't they?
No, Liger, I don't think they eat fish. No.
Grebes do.
What if it's an outbreak of rampant wild cats?
What about Ray? What about if it's geese?
It could be geese. I don't think geese
Could
eat
be geese.
fish.
I actually, you know what? I don't think they eat fish either. I think they just do it for the love of the game.
That's it.
just for the evil of it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. I'll sort of look over my shoulder at Masayoshi and shrug again, as if to say, have you got anything that you can think of?
That's true.
Masayoshi would. I was gonna say Masayoshi would just kind of look over at Kael and shrug back, I could be, could not be.
Do you think we should maybe speak to the gnomes? Whatever. We could ask them.
Whatever in the middle of that sentence. Holy shit. Holy shit, that's just so good.
Oh, I would kind of look at Kale and then look back over at Astrea to see if everything is somewhat under control over there.
I'm kind of trying to tuck the kobold, the child with the knife, just kind of like keeping them around the corner a little bit so that like it's not like immediately visible from like the street, and I just kind of give him a thumbs up, like I got him.
Can I pull the knife from the kid's hands? Does he accidentally stab Trey?
That seems way more dangerous.
Go ahead.
That seems crazy dangerous.
Go ahead and make me, let's see, either athletics or sleight of hand.
I have athletics.
Oh, at 20? Absolutely you can. You managed to pry it out of his hands, but he's like, he grabs onto your arm and he's like just trying to grab it back, and he's like biting your arm, but it's not very, like, it's not sharp teeth. So he's just kind of like.
He bites into the chitin of my hand.
Yeah, exactly. He's just like. But he doesn't seem like determined to stop.
He's like, why aren't you meat?
Yeah, he's very confused about this turn of events.
I was gonna say,
I kind of like rap him on the head, or like maybe like the equivalent of like a noogie or something for a creature without hair on the top of their head.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, knock it off.
Give it!
Bad dog.
Masayoshi would ask the
that feels like vaguely racist.
Vaguely. Masayoshi would ask the adult kobold that we're next to, are you missing a knife in particular right now?
Yeah! The one, my best paring knife. It's gone missing.
What does it look like?
She will hold up, like, another knife that is very similar to what the kobold has, but is very clearly, like, a little bit worse. And she says, you can tell it's ours, because we make sure that it says Sepsuk on it, our clan name. And she will turn it to where you can see that the name Sepsuk is carved into it.
Can I look at the one I have?
Yeah, it absolutely says Sepsuk.
It seems like a cut and dry case.
Well, as I said, are we able to hear like what's going on over at the kobold?
Oh, absolutely not. It's a busy marketplace, and they're a bit away.
Okay.
Has Masayoshi got any more questions for her? Because if not, we would probably head back and.
No, yeah, I was gonna look over at you and just say, I mean, we can take a look at what knife they've got over there, but I would say like quietly, so like only you would be able to hear me.
Yeah, I would nod and like blow my hair and toss it a little bit and go, yeah, like whatever. But then start walking over there as if I don't care, but I'm actually intrigued.
Mm-hmm. You come back to the kobold who is getting noogied by Astrea and is now biting on the hand of Flips.
So, like,
despite appearances, things are still going well.
So, like, Masayoshi thinks that we could go and speak to the gnomes. Like, I don't care, like, but, you know. But he's got some news on the knife or something.
Yeah, what did you guys find out?
Yeah, well, I would look at Flips and see that, you know, Flips is holding the knife. I'm like, can I see that knife?
Flips very carefully hands it to you with the blade facing himself.
Yeah.
Good knife. Okay, good knife safety. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good, very good knife safety.
You're a good scout.
Yeah, you earned that badge.
Whereas Masayoshi would take it, start flipping it, you know, backwards and forwards, but with his non-dominant finger like on the point of the blade, just kind of twirling it, looking at it closely.
I'm sorry, did you act like I'm watching this happen? I'm like, did you actually need that for something? Or did you just want to do knife tricks?
Yeah, I feel like you have to roll
No,
for that.
not like holding holding the handle with dominant hand, but the point of the blade is on my non-dominant finger. So not like
Okay,
flipping it or anything, but like flipping it like one side to the other, looking at it, looking for any sort of like inscriptions on it.
Yeah, so
Oh, okay.
that you don't even have to roll for that. You would absolutely say that it says Sipsuk on it.
Yeah, I would see that, and I would look back over at Kyle and be like, "This is their knife."
See?
I shrug it. I'm like, I mean, this is still something that like, well, it's clearly theirs, but like, you still shouldn't steal it from like you gotta
So-
you I'm like,
So,
go through the proper authorities or whatever.
Masayoshi thinks that we should go and speak to the gnomes and maybe, like, you know, say to them and show them the knife and say, "Oh, was this the knife that was stolen?" Like, but you know, then say, "Well, this can't be because, like, this is definitely the kobold." You know, so whatever. I don't care, but I think that's what Masayoshi said. And Masayoshi did not say this. I'm Kale saying it.
You're completely bullshitting. They're like, oh, this
Yeah,
is
yeah,
his
yeah, yeah.
idea or
Like,
whatever.
Kale wants to
I'm
act,
too disaffected.
Kale wants to act like he doesn't care, but he's like really interested, and so he's basically saying that Masayoshi's come up with this idea, but obviously he hasn't.
Yeah, I would shoot a glance over at Kale and just kind of narrow my eyes a little bit. I did not say that, but and just kind of trail off.
Whatever.
I just roll my eyes. I'm like, whatever. It's Kale being Kale. He's
Yeah.
fine.
Wait.
Yeah.
Well, sure.
Are you actually gonna look into it? Or are you just messing?
Flips will look at
I
the child.
mean,
How old is this kid? Look,
So in terms of like physical age, he's 4, but
maturity, because
Yeah.
kobolds like mature a lot faster.
kobolds like turn. I think that they become like adults at 7, but that's because like they die so quick.
He's like 10 or 12 or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
He's a little bit younger than you guys, mentally.
Flips will just sort of like crouch down a little to meet him at eye level, and he'll sort of
He's so happy that there's finally someone younger than him around.
Yeah.
just be like, first of all, don't run with knives. That's so unsafe, and you know, saying, well, even if someone has stolen from you, yeah, don't try to like retaliate or something because you could get hurt, and then you know think about it. Like think about your mom; she'd be really worried about you.
Yeah, when my uncle died because he ran with a knife, she was real upset.
You have a
Also,
family
just
history of
jaw would just drop.
like, oh, sorry
So,
about
like-
your uncle.
Oh, it's okay. I didn't really like him.
I can kind of shrug. Like, all right, yeah, sure.
But you get what I'm saying, right? Like, if you try to like steal something, even if it doesn't belong to the person you're stealing from, they might try to do something, or the police could come after you, and then your mom would be in. You understand what I'm saying?
What's the police?
Yeah, be sneakier next time. Got it.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
But you guys
I'm
are gonna look
speaking-
into this, though, right?
I'm speaking to him so
That's
calmly.
just
I'm looking him in the eye to roll intimidate.
no.
But like, both his eyes are going in
Flips
different directions.
Flips is suddenly like has like a burst of sympathy towards Cannon.
He doesn't really seem to
He's
be
like,
paying.
maybe-
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's a big intimidation.
Oh, what are you doing? Oh, that is a big intimidation. Maybe he backs down a little bit.
While he's having this conversation, Kale might sort of lean over to Astrea, and just say something along the lines of, "Well, you know, this this could look good on someone's record if we solve the crime. Knowing that Astrea has mentioned a lot about graduating as soon as possible and earning her stripes. So he's almost using that as a way of, because I feel Kale would want to be active in doing stuff, but you know, the persona that he's given himself.
He's looking for this angle in where he can like get involved without like, you know, necessarily compromising the character that he's playing.
And Astrea is definitely the leader of the group, the sort of the strong-willed, active one in the group. So
When was that established?
When I took charge.
yeah,
when I grabbed this child, when I grappled this child.
yeah.
I'd say that means you're not level-headed.
So I don't think the group will act unless Astrea sort of acts and says that we act. So he's saying to Astrea because he wants to get involved but not show it. You know,
By the way, you should probably let go.
Oh no, I'm not letting go of this kid. He's gonna bolt the second I do. Listen, I am Astrea does not trust this kid to like not scarp her like the second she lets go of him. Yeah, I think Astrea kind of like considers that for a second. He's like, yeah, I mean, it would help if we like came to the guard with like a kind of like a more robust picture of what's going on here, at least to give him some sort of context. Yeah, while Flips goes ahead and gives this guy a lesson on civic responsibility, why don't you two go and see what's going on with the gnomes? Because they seemed like very convinced that like they had been wronged. I don't think they would have been raising such a huge stink about this if like, you know, if they knew like like if it was like, no, our stolen knife has been stolen.
Yeah. Kyle would say, yeah, like I guess I agree with Masayoshi. I'd like, yeah, maybe we should go and speak to the gnomes. I agree with him.
I just roll my eyes. I'm just like just get going.
And I'll say we'll perhaps we take the knife. Yeah, we can try trick them into something. I'm sure that's
Masayoshi. I was about to say,
don't
like, I kind of like shrugged, like, Masayoshi's got it. I mean, you guys do what you need to.
I feel like
Yeah,
we shouldn't let either side of them see the knife yet, as it's our only sort of leverage.
I mean, it's got the Kobold tribe brand on it, so it's quite clearly theirs. So regardless of
That could, like, a brand can be placed on a knife at any point. Like, they could have placed it there after they stole it the first time.
so what we're thinking is that the kobolds might have stole the knife from them, put a brand on it, then it got stole back by the gnomes, and then the kobolds have just stole it back.
That's not
This
what
seems
I'm
like
thinking.
this seems like it's getting a little complicated.
Yeah, and it is a fish knife at a
We can't be
needle
sure.
school, right?
Why don't you guys hold on to the knife for now? But like, don't show them unless you think that you're really gonna get something out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
you guys, I shrug. I'm like, you guys are better at people than I am, and I'm saying this to Kael, and I'm like cringing inside because, like, God, like it's right, but at the same time, like, Jesus Christ, how have we gotten to this point?
Yeah, I mean, Cal would agree, and give like Masayoshi the sort of motion with the head, as if say, "Shall we go?"
I would kind of Masayoshi would kind of like look between everybody and kind of just breathe kind of have like a hefty sigh, tuck the knife like safely like into his side, not into skin, but like, you know, it like
his
into
robes or whatever.
yeah, basically like into the belt line, and he would nod at Kyle and say, "Well, let's go talk to the gnomes."
So with
Because
that,
somebody is so insistent on it.
you guys would make your way through the crowd, going back to the gnomes' stand. You would notice that when you get there, the woman gnome is in the back, like just angrily, like washing vegetables in the angriest way you've ever seen anyone wash a vegetable. And a gentleman gnome is actually manning the shop right now, like the storefront. He says,
Question real quick.
"What?
Did we bring the kid with us?
Oh, it's Masayoshi
No,
and
no, no,
Kale."
no. I'm hanging back. I'm assuming you're still giving this kid a lecture on civic responsibility.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So
I
like,
just wanna make sure
we're
we're
back.
bringing the culprit.
God, yeah, no, we're not doing that.
That'd be dumb.
God, that sounds like a bad idea.
That's so awful.
So the male gnome would look up and say, "Oh, welcome to Tianmo Noodles. What can I get for you today?"
Well, like,
Weren't
no.
we just there?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but the woman got you.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, we actually had some of your noodles earlier, and they're pretty good, sort of. You know, kind of, whatever.
Thank you.
Well,
So,
you know,
whatever.
Masayoshi would just be face palming over here.
They were good, whatever.
Did you not like our noodles? What's going on here?
yeah, and he would say he would just ask if right, what just happened with the kobolds back there? What was the problem?
I wasn't. I was dealing with the noodles, but Lamai said that she saw a kobold take something. She didn't catch what it was, but we've been having a bit of issues with one of our neighbors' stalls, so yeah, she must have just assumed that they were stealing something from us again.
Yeah, I would ask what it was that went missing.
Oh, we've had spoons, pots, vegetables. One time our open sign went missing. That was quite a day.
But you don't know.
I'm sorry, an open sign?
Yeah, the sign, he would like point to the sign that says they're open. We couldn't open for.
Seriously, they left the closed sign there.
It's so devious.
I could actually see that.
these
two
villains.
signs, and somebody takes the open
Financially
sign.
ruined.
Well, they can't open without the open sign.
That's like saying you can't just serve people without a sign saying that you're serving people.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think I would ask. You know, so you don't know what was exactly stolen this time.
She didn't get a good look.
And he'd probably ask, like, so how do you know something was stolen?
Well, he was in our kitchen and he had something in his hands and he ran. So
he might have brought that thing with him.
do you think they're trying to frame us? And he suddenly like looks very concerned about this.
Like,
Masayoshi would just be shifting like uncomfortably over here while listening to all of this because he's not sure at this point if they actually had anything of theirs stolen. Because if it was anything of theirs, I would assume that they would probably know what was taken.
yeah, I think Kale would just say, maybe, well, the kobold said that, like, you'd taken stuff of theirs.
What would we have taken? We don't use fish in our recipes.
Do you lot not eat fish? Do you not use fish at all?
Oh no, our family is strictly vegetarian. I've tried going vegan, but it's a little hard to cut back on the milk.
I need to look over at Masayoshi and maybe look down towards where he took the knife away. Obviously, I can't see the knife, but I know he took it away somewhere. And then look back up at him, see what his reaction is.
Yeah, Masayoshi at this point would just be kind of more cautious at even mentioning a knife at this point, but like his hand does kind of cover where the knife is, like in his robes, not being like really subtle about putting his hand there without drawing too much attention.
Kay would ask the gnome then, if he's noticed any things on his stall that weren't his?
Not that I've been aware of. And he would like look back and like glance at the kitchen counter and he says, "No, everything looks to be ours." I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure what you're implying.
Maybe ask if they got anything missing at the moment.
Yeah, I think I'd maybe say what I had a train of thought. What was it? It was do you it would be along the lines of do they use any other tools, utensils other than what they have? Do they borrow any?
Not that I'm aware. They sell raw fish, but you know, the other day we were missing one of our best walks, and Lamai says that she saw the walk in Kusa's cart, but when she went to confront her about it, when she looked back, it was gone. She says that they may have hidden it, but when we informed the Market Collective, they weren't able to find anything.
Why did you think that they might be trying to frame you? Why would they do that?
I'm not, honestly, couldn't tell you. We had a bit of trouble with the Sepsuk fish markets before. Not Kusa directly, but her success, the person that she took over for.
Predecessor,
thank you. She and my wife often butted heads over petty things. Never anything to the extent of stealing, but maybe they just have issues with us. Maybe the predecessor leaked some of what happened to Kusa and she's carrying a grudge. I don't want to accuse them of anything bad, but I don't believe my wife is lying when she says that she saw her walk in their cart.
Maybe the kobolds are racist against gnomes.
I think there is some D&D lore about that. I don't know.
I feel like kobolds are racist against a lot of things because dragons.
Listen, it's hard to measure up to dragon.
Yeah.
I thought we were latching out earlier in the session about certain races being racist on the basis of being certain races.
Well, I mean, listen, that's something that these gnomes have to work out if they think that all kobolds are racist.
Mm-hmm.
No,
that's something they gotta.
I'm sure the kobold god was tricked and trapped by the gnomes, by the gnome god, and so kobolds hate gnomes.
Yeah, immature.
Hale probably doesn't know that. I think that's off the top of my head.
Anyway, they got a character.
Yeah. I think I'd probably then shrug at Masayoshi and say, oh, well, whatever. Like, you know, just was interested in just seeing it. I wasn't interested. Masayoshi was interested. Oh, not me. Like, whatever. And then turn and walk away a few steps.
He kind of smiles in such a way that you kind of get the feeling that he's dealt with something like you before.
Like you.
Like a teenager, specifically.
Their shop is a stall, right?
Yes, they're all stalls.
Shit. The way
But, I mean, we're looking at it, right? We're looking at it right now, right? Like that's the thing on the board right now for the D20. Like there's the piece
Yeah.
there's like the Goose's
Well,
fish market, and then there's
you can
like
see the fish
gnomes
market.
that probably.
I don't think the gnomes are specifically on this, but it's close enough to like what this looks like. Except I imagine that they have like, what is the D&D equivalent of like gas stoves? Like
Probably some sort of like.
someplace where they can like make their food.
Probably just some sort of like
Sort
a
of a-
charcoal, like
I was gonna say some sort of a
Yeah.
gas stove.
I don't see a reason
Well,
liquid fuel.
yeah, I was about to say it would probably just be like charcoal or something.
Mm-hmm.
But either charcoal or probably like an oil stove or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, gnomes are like they know how to make stuff, so it's possible they have something that's a
Yeah.
little bit similar to
That's
what we got.
racist.
Yeah.
Whoa!
This
I mean,
game,
I'm
this game has
I'm
had a
sure-
lot of like racism-based stuff in it,
I'm
and that
sure
was not
someone-
my intention.
I'm sure someone's got a continual flame, right? Or bonfire as a cantrip.
What's that?
Yeah, great bonfire.
Oh yeah.
I said, yeah.
At the very
Um,
least, they can get like scrolls of that if they don't know how to cast themselves.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, if Masayoshi hasn't got anything else to say, and moves away from the store a little bit, I don't know if Masayoshi has.
Yeah, I was because you took a couple steps away. I think
Yeah,
at this point I probably would have I would have thanked him for his time and I would have started to walk away as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'd probably then say to Masayoshi, the kobolds kept mentioning fish bones near the store. Do you think we could just slink around a little bit and maybe see if we could see any? See what we could see?
I would look around and just see. Are there any other like stalls in the immediate vicinity that would serve fish?
You're looking around and no, there are no fish stalls here. The closest one would be like you guys have walked around a decent amount in this area. Like you've gone back and forth a little bit. You have not seen a single fish stall except for the sepsuks.
Not a chub in sight.
Not a chub in sight.
Not a chub nor a
Sure.
half chub.
Mm-hmm. Or plateau chub.
You two, Kevin and Mike, you're gonna have to watch.
There was a
the-
very there was a very extended bit where like Liger was carrying around a chub, wanting to sacrifice it to a volcano,
It's not wanting to, he
and
did.
and then yeah, like kind of unintentionally did it after he changed his mind and decided he was too attached to the chub.
No, that's not at all what happened.
What happened in your recollection, Liger?
I threw it in the volcano.
Well, I don't know. That's what Liger wanted. I don't. Listen, I didn't. That's what Liger said.
If only there was a
that
place where
happened.
you could watch VODs.
Yeah, right.
So,
Anyways, is it possible to sneak into the stall behind this guy to see the kitchen area a bit closer?
yes, if you guys were wanting to do that, I would need you to make a stealth check.
Have you still got the kobold?
The kobold's with, that's with Flips and,
Oh.
Astrea.
Yeah. Sorry then. Yeah.
Is that all close enough for us to be in earshot?
No.
No.
Like, you guys have walked, like, a good, like, few blocks away, and also it's very loud around here.
Yeah. Yeah. Perhaps if Masayoshi agrees, then perhaps we could try and just like slip around the back or slip around.
Yeah, I
somewhere
would.
else.
I think Kael and I would be on the same page where we would probably try to slip like slip into the back and just kind of see if there was anything that looked like it would be out of place.
Okay, I need both of you guys to roll me stealth. Go ahead and roll at advantage because it is a noisy marketplace with a lot of people around.
Can I turn to Astrea and say, we take this kid back to his mom? She's probably really worried at this point.
Oh my
I mean, at
God.
this point, I'm just so attached to my position that I'm like,
Ooh.
whatever. I was like, I was actually just about to ask, like, at what stage of like civic responsibility are you trying to impart upon this child now?
Ray, do we start with any inspiration, by the way?
No,
Oh,
unfortunately.
okay. Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Seems like my intimidation of the child was.
I kind of wish that I had been there. Just at the very least, I could have cast guidance or something.
Yeah, like I've rolled really bad most of the night.
Yeah, I was gonna say I rolled a 17 and a 14.
Okay.
You got that one insight check that really popped off.
Yeah.
Fighter, how do you have guidance?
Oh, I have guidance because like my background, which is Astral Drifter, basically means I get a like magic initiate feat at for clerics.
Oh,
So I have like 2 cantrips and bless.
Nice.
So I have guidance, thaumaturgy, and bless as my spells that I selected for that.
So Kael, you are sneaking around and you kind of pop the door open and immediately the person in the stall next to you would come over and start scolding at you. They just heard that there was a thief in the area, but with that 17, Masayoshi, you managed to sneak in while Kael is being scolded undetected.
Yeah, I'll run a distraction for him then.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's definitely your intention. Is to run a distraction.
He wraps up like, "Good job, Masayoshi. You totally got what I was."
yeah,
like,
good
trying to
job.
do
You
there."
did it.
Right.
So while you're looking, or like you look around and you're not quite seeing much, you're trying not to go too deep in because like both of the owners are in the stall, so you're just kind of on the periphery where they can't quite see you. But the one thing that looks out of place is you see on the ground these strange silks that are very sticky to the touch, and
Not
like
mine.
silk strands.
Okay.
You don't be touching that in the back alley of a marketplace. Who knows where
Yeah,
that's been.
Not mine.
I would definitely be concerned of that, but I would despite what the others are currently saying, I would probably grab it to get a closer look at it.
Mm-hmm. Are you heading out?
Yeah, I would grab it and probably just slip out the back.
Mm-hmm.
I would, seeing that I could be in lots of trouble with this gnome woman.
It's not the gnome that's scolding you. It's the neighbor.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Then I would
This chatter
put my
guy.
hands together, put on the biggest smile I possibly can, and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm really sorry that I intruded. I had smelt some delicious smells around here, and I couldn't help myself. I'm really sorry. Like completely different personality as I back out.
Yeah.
Kyle doesn't like
Letting the mask slip.
yeah. He doesn't like getting into trouble actually.
Yeah, when there's no one around to prove you're cool to.
Yeah.
So this person that is scolding you, like, they definitely don't necessarily buy that you're that sorry, but also they don't have the civic responsibility to scold you, so they just let you go.
Lips, you have a new target. You have a new person. You want me to grapple them too?
I was scolding him at the beginning of the session.
So as you guys are heading back, let's go ahead and call it there, just because I don't want to go too late for Kevin's sake. He needs his sleep.
Sure thing.
All right, so that is where we're going to end tonight. Chat, thank you so much for being here. Players, thank you so much for being here. Real fast, let's go in opposite order. Liger, what do you want to shout out right now?
I'm Limitless Liger, and I stream sometimes. I think I'm gonna stream tomorrow. I'm gonna play the Wonderful 101.
Oh, nice.
Fun game.
Is this how
See you
say it?
there, or be square.
Hell yeah. I'd hate to be a geometric pattern other than what I am.
Yeah. Kevin, would you like to shout out anything?
I would like to shout out you, Ray.
Aw.
well done for running a great game tonight. Really enjoyed it. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Oh,
Thanks
yeah. I also shout out Ray.
I also brown nose.
I really wanted that inspiration point, and hopefully next time.
I see.
I was just about to make the joke.
All right.
You know, and what's sad is being a bard. I probably could have given you some bardic inspiration.
Oh yeah. Oops.
He's like, no, it's
Next time.
funnier this way.
It is. It really is.
The curse is always that people just forget when they have bardic inspiration anyway. So
Mhm.
I would have just
Oh,
forgotten.
yeah.
No,
Yeah, but thanks a lot, everyone. It's been a fun game. I'll catch you. Hopefully, we'll pick up soon, and we can continue on.
Detdet. Detdet. What do you want to shout out?
I'm going to shout out once again. I don't know exactly when we're going to be starting. We're going to be trying to schedule our session 0 for this new campaign soon. But yeah, that'll be over on my channel at Strugglepunk 2.
I hate
We're also playing Umineko over there, which is a real fun time. That's a great visual novel. And I'd also like to shout out my partner Sketch Eddie, who did like some of the PFPs on the announcement for this, actually.
Yeah. Oh yes. Thank you so much, Eddie. You are
yes.
fantastic.
You can find her at Sketch Eddie at Twitter, Sketch Eddie on Blue Sky, and Sketch Eddie on Twitch. She has her shit together, unlike me.
Yeah, she's good. She's real good. I'm gonna shout out her also. Red, what you got?
So, first, obviously, you, Ray. I am super happy to be able to get into this campaign with you, and of course, you know, Liger, Det, and Kevin. You know, you guys are so far awesome. Considering it's my first time playing with you guys, I will find my feet at some point. Don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
I just need to learn your playstyles a little bit more before I really start to come out of my shell. But I do stream on occasion. I will actually be live tomorrow with quite a few other streamers. Jarl of Goats, Dimension 119. I believe the Winged Rose is going to be there. Peekaboo 404, Puppyatron. And a litany of others. We're actually going to be playing some Dale and Dawson stationary supplies, which takes the best of Among Us and slams it into the setting of The Office.
Oh.
Fun.
Cool.
Yes, Ray, we are hoping that you would join us at some point if you can tomorrow. If you can't, understandable.
Oh, I can't
But
tomorrow. That's the first day that my wife is gonna be off in like the whole week. We're gonna spend time together.
Oh no, yeah, that is 100% understandable.
Mhm.
We have agreed that your complete and utter disregard for a respectable gameplay style would be perfect for that game.
That's a way
Oh,
to
yeah,
say it.
no.
As I have learned playing Lethal Company with you,
Oh yeah. No, like
Yes.
we played Among Us with Ray before, and she'll gladly throw herself on the pyre if it means a funnier bit.
Oh, 100%,
no,
yes.
absolutely. If things work out in the future, Ray, we would love for you to join. But
Yeah.
tomorrow at 6 Central, 7 Eastern is when we're gonna start going live, and I will be live probably around 6 Central at that for that game.
Yeah, hit me up sometime and I'll definitely play. Red, since you are new to this channel, as far as D&D, you get to decide who we're going to be raiding. Who do you want to raid?
Oh God, that is a good question.
Yep.
Let me.
Oh, Jarl's at live if you want to.
Yeah, I was gonna say either. I was thinking either Jarl or Dimension.
Both of them are live.
They both are online right now. That's why I'm like going back and forth. You know what? Let's go Dimension today.
Okay, do you want to have a raid saying?
Nah, let's just leave it up to chance. Let's just go in.
All right.
Let's just scare the absolute shit out of them.
All right. Hold on one second. Let me start that raid. Give me like 8, 7, 6, 5. I hate that it takes a load up. I also hate that you can't do shoutouts. Go ahead.
Yeah, shoutouts having cooldowns is ridiculous.
It absolutely is.
Also, I have also gotten trapped by the raid message before. That like you got to be on top of that.
Yeah, you're like, I've got the perfect outro, bye, and then you're like, oh, it's still loading.
Shit.
Check.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so that is where we will end it. Go and say hi to Dimension 119. I will see you on the flip side, I Spies. Goodbye.
Goodbye.